Welcome to the kill.
Hey, Nicholas Pease, you're the first one in. Congrats. Congrats. Hey, everybody else. Welcome to the party. The editing party. That's what we're doing here today. We're editing. We're editing some stuff.
Leprechaun series. But really, the kill count.
Hi, everyone. Oh, thanks, Doggo Man. Appreciate that. What's up? What's up? I know you can't edit the Google spreadsheet, because if you could, then everyone would see all your answers. You're supposed to like either download it or just like copy paste it into another spreadsheet and then work from there. Oh, hey, Steven. Thanks for just subscribing. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody.
Welcome to the kill count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite.
I'm going to be editing some fun stuff. I'm going to be editing Leprechaun 3 today. This is a sequence that was just delivered to me by my assistant editor, Bree. Actually, she delivered it yesterday. And I'm just going to be editing on this.
Welcome to the kill count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at Leprechaun 3, released in 1995, and the third out of 7 of your favorite horror series. Aren't you so pumped we're doing this? Like, literally every...
Hey, Bree. That's Bree Lusional sending the link to the FAQ. Oh, thanks, Happy Lil Red YouTube. You're awesome, too.
favorite horror series. Aren't you so pumped we're doing this? Like, literally every other...
Oh, this
Like,
is...
literally every other Leprechaun movie, Lep 3 ignores the ones that came before it. But at least part 3 has the decent...
Bree, you here? I saw you were here. So I'm looking at the transitions, and oh wait, so that's fine. Some of them are just across one of the cuts, like how this is only.
Leprechaun 3 was being a little shit. Leprechaun 3...
Did you shift these things purposefully? Or did they just wind up that way somehow?
Welcome to the kill count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at Leprechaun 3, released in 1995, and the third out of 7 of your favorite horror series. Aren't you so pumped for...
Okay.
Series. Aren't you so pumped? Horror series. Aren't you so pumped we're doing this? Like, literally every other...
I see that you shifted the frame, and that seems to work.
Welcome to the kill count. Horror series. Aren't you so pumped we're doing this? Like, literally every... Aren't you so pumped we're doing this? Like, literally every other Leprechaun movie, Lep 3 ignores the ones that came before it. But at least part 3 has...
I do, Sarah. I actually look at your schedule and I see what time you're going to be like trying to be productive, and then I do a live stream.
The ones that came before it. But at least part 3 has the decency to put Leprechaun in the middle of Las Vegas instead of a farmhouse or the outskirts of LA. The outskirts of LA. The lights and outskirts of LA. The lights and decadent.
Yeah, it looks like the audio matches. I'm gonna boost this gain for my edit. Boost that gain.
House or the outskirts of LA. The lights and decadent. The outskirts of LA. The lights and decadence of Sin City are a perfect backdrop for Lep to run around being a little shit. Leprechaun 3. A little shit. Leprechaun.
Yeah, like this weird transition being. Okay.
Being a little shit. Leprechaun. Being a little shit. Leprechaun 3 was the first of the series to be released direct to video after Lep 2 failed at the box office because, obviously. Leprechaun 3 was the first of the series to be released direct-to-video after Lep 2 failed at the box office because obviously.
Someone asks, is this all I do in my live streams? That's all I do in my editing live streams is edit.
Obviously. Luckily, producer Jeff Joffrey knew how to ball on a budget. Producer Jeff Joffrey knew how to ball on a
What up, Pie Master 927?
on a budget, y'all, and shot most of the movie in
It's curious little
ball on a budget,
transitions.
y'all, and shot most of the
Oh.
budget, y'all, and shot most of budget, y'all, and shot most of the movie. He knew how to ball on a budget, y'all, and shot most of the movie in the abandoned Ambassador Hotel.
The Broken Arrow theme, that seems to be throwing a lot of people off. If that's gonna be a bracket buster, I'm not gonna reveal any hints. You figure that shit out for yourself, that Broken Arrow theme. Boom 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 boom. Boom 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 boom.
Abandoned Ambassador Hotel with a single night shoot in Vegas providing all the scenes on the strip. The result is all the scenes on the strip. The result is
Thanks, Logan. I think it's pretty cool too, dude. Do do do
all
do.
the scenes on the strip. The result is a movie that doesn't feel any cheaper than the second one, and it's also much more aware of its. The result is a movie that
Oh, thanks,
doesn't
Yazzie SK.
feel any cheaper than the second one, and it's also much more aware
Thanks,
of itself
Sebastian
as a
Raccoon.
comedy, since director. It's also much more aware of itself as a comedy since director Brian. The comedy since director Brian Trenchard Smith and writer David Dubas wanted to focus on that. The humor is. And it's also much more aware of itself as a comedy, since director Brian Trenchard Smith and writer David Dubas wanted to focus on that. The humor is handled deftly by a lot of the cast, especially Ward. Dubas wanted to focus on that. The humor is handled deftly by a lot of the cast, especially Ward Davis, who.
Thanks, Andrew Gabriel. Isaiah Hinman, I just learned to edit from practice. They didn't really teach us editing in college. Like, I remember there was literally one day of class where they told us some editing stuff, but
whose name I've apparently been. The humor is handled deftly by a lot of the cast, especially Ward Davis.
hey, no one had to remind me to do Leprechaun 3 instead of Leprechaun 4. Trust me, I know my own schedule for my job.
Handled deftly by a lot of the cast.
You're mean.
They're mean. Don't say I'm mean. They're the ones being like, huh, told him yesterday he had to work on Leprechaun 3. Showed him. They're the mean ones. I know how to do my damn job.
Handled deftly by a lot of the cast, especially Ward Davis, whose name I've apparently been mispronouncing my whole.
I don't coddle my viewers. I told them that in an earlier live stream. Just because they're subscribed doesn't mean they get to act how they want.
Life, so sorry about that. It also, especially Ward Davis, whose name I've apparently been mispronouncing my whole life, so sorry about that. It also has some of the most.
Bow, 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 bow.
Oh, sorry about that. It also has some of the most. Life, so sorry about that. It also has some of the most. Oh, sorry about that. It also has some of the most memorable kills of the series, so let's get to them.
Oh, this all... Does this have to be one take?
So sorry about that. It also has some of the most memorable kills of the series, so let's get to them. Apparently been mispronouncing my whole life, so sorry about that. Especially Ward Davis, whose name I've apparently been mispronouncing my whole life.
Oh, thank you, Space Nerd 8888. It does help. Everything helps.
Davis, whose name I've apparently been mispronouncing my whole life, so sorry about that. It also has some of.
I think we can just.
It also has some mispronouncing my whole life, so sorry about that. It also has some of the most memorable kills.
I could do a little push in.
My whole life, so
Let's do a little push in there.
sorry about that. It also has some of the most memorable kills of the series, so let's get to them. The movie begins.
Boom. Sounds like an intro. Bree, do you ever use the A tool? You might not need to with the current stuff that you're doing, but it's the this arrow tool. Hitting A is the shortcut to select it, like how V is just the shortcut for the regular grabby thing. But A gives you this crazy arrow thing. Actually, yeah. And it lets you, when you grab something, it selects literally everything that direction on the timeline. So I use that all the time because, so like if I want to like move, if I want to make room for something, let's see, I think I just did. So like, so I want to add a space here. So, you know, like before I knew any better, what I would do is probably like zoom all the way out. By the way, the shortcut for zooming all the way out is the back bracket, the one right above the enter key. You hit that and it zooms out all the way, which is really cool. But before I knew any better, I would probably just like do that and then select all these and then move them. But it's way easier if you just use that A button to get the double arrows. You just select that and look, it grabbed all of that. And you don't even have to switch back to the other tool to just drag it away. And then you just make some space. So that's very useful when you want to move everything after a certain point down. Thanks, Chaos Amigo. Like I said, like that A tool, I just learned, I don't know, within the past year. So there's always more stuff to learn about editing, which is great. There's always ways to make it go smoother, which is really fun. Thanks, Whoop Gamer 109.
Live, so sorry about that. It also has some of the most memorable kills of the series, so let's get to them.
All right, that should be an intro. So let's plop in the elements and see how it's looking. Boom, 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 boom. I just ordered, I think, everything I need for a new set that I'm doing. Don't worry, it'll be very similar to this current set, but it will be a little bit new. Actually, looking at this, I might want to change what I ordered. No, I'll make this new one work, I think. Actually, hold on. I'm going to change an order that I just put in, because it'll be further back. No, you know what? I'm going to just roll with what I ordered and hope that it works out. It'll be cool, though. It'll be a nice little change.
Welcome to the kill count, where we tell...
Bow, 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 bow. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, 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 bow. How long do I spend on these? I think that question is answered in the FAQ document. It's about 20 to 30 hours per kill count. Maybe now it's like 20 to 25 hours because Bree is able to take care of this very frustrating step of the process.
Welcome to the kill count, where we...
All right, so on for this first shot, if I need to, I like adjust it so the kill count's not eating into my head. So push in and scooch over, and that looks pretty good to me.
Welcome to the kill count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror.
Let's maybe down a little bit.
Welcome to the kill count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at Leprechaun 3, released in 1995, and the third out of 7 of...
Tavis, I would say that, which is worse, Leprechaun or Jack Frost? Depends on the Leprechaun. Leprechaun 4 is worse.
Horror series. Aren't you so pumped we're doing this? Like literally every other Leprechaun movie, Lep 3 ignores the ones that came before.
I don't think I covered this intro in my scratch track, did I? No, I'm a little bastard. Shit. Maybe I should just do that now and not have to worry about it later. They are both bad, that's correct. No, there are currently 7 Leprechaun movies, Pennywise the Dancing Clown. I know that they announced an 8th, but it doesn't exist yet. I disagree that Leprechaun in the Hood is terrible.
Leprechaun 3, released in 1995, and the third out of 7 of your favorite horror series. Aren't you so pumped we're doing this? Like, literally every other Leprechaun movie. Lep 3.
Thanks, Martin Ramos. I've never heard of Coral Video Editor. I've only ever used, like, I might have used Vegas for like a second in high school, but I've only ever used really Final Cut Pro and then Adobe.
Just open up here. Back soon.
What was my dream job as a kid? I mean, as a kid, it was garbage man because you got to ride on the side of the truck while it was moving. That's fucking awesome.
Like literally every other Leprechaun movie. Lep 3 ignore.
Jeffrey Guzman, how's my day? It's fine. Chelsea and I took a walk. That was nice. It's always nice. We've been trying to walk, like go on a little 20-minute walk every day, just to get out of the apartment since we both work from home. It can be it can be very easy to like forget to leave. Especially because the podcast has been doing so well. Hope you guys are listening to that. No, Aaron, my Tough Mudder got canceled, so I have to wait until I think October to do another one. I might have to go to Vegas to do it. It's a mess. We were pissed. It got canceled because of weather. California doesn't know how to handle rain. And before Tough Mudder, it like rained a ton. Thanks, Joshua Benavides. Thanks, Jace Fitzgibbon. Thanks for listening to the podcast. See, I need the leprechaun biting this kid.
Lep 3 ignores the ones that came before, but at least like literally every other.
No, I don't miss the weather in Michigan.
Leprechaun movie, like literally every other Leprechaun movie. Lep 3 ignores.
Flitwick in the Hood. What?
Flitwick in the Hood and a swish and flick.
Chelsea just said, Flitwick in the Hood and a swish and flick.
Ones that came before, but at least 3 ignores the ones that came before. But at least 3 ignores the ones that came before. But at least 3 ignores the ones that came before. But at least.
I would like just to give you all the heads up that I don't have an Easter or April Fool's Day video coming out. I know that I love to do holiday stuff. You know I love to do holiday stuff. But I didn't have the time to do anything for. Also, it made it difficult that it was 2 holidays on the single day. I was like, what I was going to do was either Easter Sunday, a horror movie that I even went as far as purchasing. But it's one of those, it looks like a President's Day budgeted type thing, but it probably wouldn't have been as good as President's Day. So I bought that and was going to do that. And then I was thinking of doing Sausage Party for April Fools instead, but I just don't have the time. I'm sorry. I can't get it in. So, yeah, we got some really cool stuff coming up though, but I can't do that holiday. I'm so sorry. I was going to do Sausage Party. It was going to be fun, but. And no, it's not an April Fool's prank that I'm saying I can't do it. So please don't actually expect this to be a joke and on April 1st for you to get something, because I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm real sorry. Trust me. If you know me at all, you know that I'm probably more upset about it than you.
Before, but at least part 3 has the decency to put Leprechaun.
Hey, thanks, Shrek the Leprechaun.
Lovely golden palaces, completely fulfilled. Ah, lovely golden palaces, completely fulfilled.
But at least part 3 has the decency to put Leprechaun in the middle.
Golden nuggets.
In the middle of Las Vegas instead of a farmhouse or the outskirts of LA. The lights in farmhouse or the outskirts of LA. The lights in the middle of Las Vegas instead of a farmhouse or the outskirts of LA. The lights and deck.
What up, what up, what up? What's Sausage Party? Sausage Party is an animated comedy that's mostly thinks it's funny to have vegetables swear. It has its moments. The scene, like the shopping scene where a bunch of them get killed, is like super funny. But I feel like most of it relies on like, oh hey look, this pack of hot dogs is saying fuck a lot. Ha. Super funny. You don't think it does? I think it does, kinda. And then there's the orgy scene, which, like, does it though? I don't think. Wait, you don't think it? Oh, does it have its moments? Is that what you're saying? No, I think it has its moments. Like I said, that scene where it's like it's kind of 9/11 imagery, right? With because the flour hits the floor. You'd rather watch Chicken Little? No, I'm sorry. I would much rather watch Sausage Party than Chicken Little. Chicken Little is shit. Thanks, Andrea Saldana. Congrats on the podcast. They're glad Chelsea brought up The Entity because that movie is underrated and wonderful.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Not now.
Chelsea, what would you rather watch? Sausage Party or Chicken Little? There's a big exhale. Thanks, Shrek the Leprechaun.
I guess sausage.
She said, I guess Sausage Party. I'll take it. Yeah, I said for sure Sausage Party. Fuck Chicken Little.
Ballet. The lights and decadence of Sin. Ballet. The lights and decadence of Sin City are. The lights and decadence of Sin City are.
Get out of here.
Looks like a slot machine.
Did he say looks like a slut machine?
Are a perfect backdrop for Lep to run around being a little shit. Leprechaun. Lep to run around being a little shit. Leprechaun 3.
Thanks for the super chat, Zachy Does Games 182. I have a ranked Friday the 13th video out, so you can see that. I ranked part 5, A New Beginning, is the lowest, but I mean, honestly, like maybe Jason Goes to Hell. I don't know.
A little shit. Leprechaun 3 was the first of the series to be released direct to video after Lep 2 failed at the box office because, obviously.
You can't drink attack me here, Gregory the Professor. I'm safe from drink attacks here.
This because, obviously. This because, obviously. This because, obviously.
Oh, thanks for linking that, Sarah.
At the box office because, obviously. Luckily,
I didn't have a problem with Roy Burns being Jason. I had a problem with them doing the same movie for the 5th time in a row.
Sorry about that. It also I've only been mispronouncing my whole life, so sorry about that. It also has some of the most memorable.
Thanks, Daniel Gonzalez.
Are a perfect backdrop for Lep to run around being a little shit. Leprechaun 3 was the first in City, are a perfect backdrop for Lep to run around
Is there a good shot of him laughing here?
being a little shit.
Yeah, of course there is.
Being a little shit. Leprechaun 3.
Thanks, Shrek the Leprechaun. Please don't get in debt.
Decadence of Sin City are a perfect backdrop for Lep to run around being a little shit. Leprechaun 3 was the first of the series to be released direct to video after Lep 2 failed at the box office because, obviously. Luckily, producer Jeff Joffre knew how to.
Fun fact, if you play my music on a guitar and change the rhythm a little bit, it sounds like the Halo theme. I think so. Yep, that's the Duck game. I'm going to play that tonight because today's Survivor Day. And before Survivor, we play part 2 of horror movies inspired by true events. No. Lambert, thank you for the super chat. I don't know, because we don't want to do, like we said in that first episode, we don't want to do stuff that's just like apocryphally attributed to real events. Thanks, Zachy Does Games 182. Will I ever do a Nightmare on Elm Street ranked video? I will. Will I do a kill count on It Chapter 2 when it comes out? Of course I will. But that's, years from now. The Nightmare on Elm Street the Nightmare on Elm Street ranked video I'll share with you guys is currently scheduled for April 22nd. So I know that's almost a month away. I'm sorry if you wanted it before then, but trust me, it's a good thing that it's where it is. But yeah, so in about a month I'll release that.
Box office because, obviously. Luckily, producer Jeff Joffre. Because,
bye, Sarah.
Luckily, producer Jeff Joffre knew how to ball on a budget, y'all, and shot y'all.
Earn your pay. For you.
Hey, thanks, Jojo Siwa is dead. You'll be doing Fortnite? And I wish I played Fortnite. It seems like fun. All right. All right. The price of Fortnite is not the restriction I have. Freddy Fazbear. I just don't have time to play video games, really.
Y'all, and shot most of the movie in the abandoned Ambassador Hotel. With y'all, and shot most of the movie in
What time is it?
Kind of fun fact, I guess. This is the hotel that RFK was killed in.
Oh, that's in my head. I was like, what the fuck? I have like a sound thing on, and I was like, there's a bird in the apartment, and it's in my headphones.
Pay Fuzzy. I saw that.
Everyone's a winner today.
Robin Gressel does do a lot more of the editing for Practical Folks now. What he does is do the like first couple passes on Drunk Disney and then gives it to me, and I like do my little magic. I spend about a day per Drunk Disney episode working on just like tightening everything up.
on a budget, y'all, and shot most of the movie in the.
But he does a lot of work now on Practical Folks stuff, which is very useful and the only way that that stuff gets done.
Shot most of the movie in the
Have I ever gambled?
abandoned Ambassador Hotel with a single night.
Well, thanks, Joe Shivo.
With a single night shoot in Vegas.
Thanks, awesome Oscar 46. You're back.
Lovely golden palace. Nothing wrong.
Out of the first three Leprechauns, I think the third one's the best. I need another shot in Vegas.
Golden nuts. I can see.
Come on.
I'd like you to be our guest. Didn't want to donate, okay?
This is annoying right now, but I'm going to be glad later when I look back and the intro for this is done. I just need a shot of the leprechaun on the strip. Oh, what was that? When will I do more Friday the 13th the game? I promise you guys that when we're done with the Leprechaun series, there will be more game live streams. All will be revealed soon enough. I plan to inform you all of my plans on April 14th, it looks like. So 2 weeks from Saturday, you'll get a video explaining some stuff that's going on. That'll happen while I'm at Monsterpalooza, so that'll be fun. But, yeah. So just hold tight. Enjoy these Leprechaun kill counts. They're good damn kill counts, all right? You don't need to like the movie to like the kill count. These are some of my favorite scripts I've ever written. So just spend some time enjoying some Leprechaun kill counts, and you'll get some information in a couple of weeks. It'll be good. I promise.
With a single night shoot in Vegas providing all the scenes on the strip. The result...
Thanks, Wooden Chair.
The result is a movie that doesn't...
Let's do this, maybe. This fucking guy.
Movie that doesn't feel any cheaper than...
No, I haven't seen Black Panther yet. I'll let you all know when I see Black Panther. All right. I don't have the time to see it.
Cheaper than the second one. And it's also much more aware of itself as a comedy since direct. And it's also
Hey, thanks, Jojo Siwa is dead. My new name will be in Gay Leopard. Okay. Not sure what you mean. JD Gaming, thank you very much. Much love from Canada. Any winners to the GA yet? The giveaway? Well, those won't be announced until April 7th. I have had a lot of submissions, and I'm real proud of the people who have done submissions. It's impressive. I'm impressed. The fact that I've gotten some submissions and it's like just 2 days later, that's very both impressive and a little daunting to me because I'm like, oh, there's like a week and a half left. Thanks, Josh Evo, for shouting out my moderators. They do a great job keeping the chat under control, and I'm forever grateful for them. Travis Sandman, thank you. You're back. Falcon Station, you sent me a super chat. Did I miss it? I'm sorry. Thank you for it. Do do diddle do doodle do doodle do do doodle.
You can run me, boyo! But you can't hide!
But the problem is...
much more aware of itself as a comedy since director...
Yeah, JJ Sky, you should if you want to. They're good shirts, trust me. Dead Meat shirts are nice and comfortable. Thanks for the super chat, Oates. Thoughts on the Golden God, Dennis Reynolds? Well, he is a Golden God. I was so excited to learn that there's a subreddit. I think it's is it just our Dennis Reynolds or our Golden God? Regardless, there's a whole subreddit devoted to worshiping Dennis Reynolds, which is fucking fantastic. Tactics, Rainbow Six Siege YouTuber, thank you.
Since director Brian Trenchard Smith and...
Do, 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 do. This fucking music. These Leprechaun movies just have these themes that they play over and over and over again. The one in space is awful.
Since director Brian Trenchard Smith and writer David Dubas wanted to focus on that. The humor is handled deftly by a lot of the cast, especially Warwick Davis.
Oh, thank you, JD Gaming. Thank you. Oh shit, JoJo Siwa is dead. Thank you. Do I like football? Nope. Like I don't dislike. Like I just don't care about it. I watched it when I was in college because I watched my team, University of Michigan. Even though those were a rough 4 years that they still haven't quite recovered from. But no, I'm not too big into any sports. Zane Poe, thank you. I've never been the biggest horror fan at all, but I never miss a video. Thank you so much. I love hearing that non-horror fans get converted or at least intrigued by my videos to the genre. I appreciate that. Where is the magic show? Oh, here it is.
Whose name the humor is handled deftly by a lot of the cast.
Guess who's back? Back again. Liz is back. We just rebooted her. You are a bad singer. Thanks. You should do Hatchet as there are a lot of kills. Well, thanks for the super chat. I'll get to Hatchet when I get to it.
You know, good luck, John. The green. I get the gold coin. You know, good luck, John.
The humor is handled deftly by.
Thank you, Oscar McGee. Awesome. Oscar is gone because cringe.
What's his rhythm?
By a lot of the cast. By a lot of the cast. Humor is handled deftly by a lot of the cast, especially. Warwick Davis, whose name I've cast, especially Warwick Davis, who
Hatchet is not about a Canadian kid who gets lost in a forest from a plane crash. I don't know what you were thinking about, but that's definitely not what Hatchet's about.
especially Warwick Davis, whose name I've apparently been mispronouncing my whole life, so sorry about that. It also has some of the most memorable kills.
All right, that's the intro. Let's watch this intro all together and see what it looks like.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at Leprechaun 3, released in 1995, and the third out of 7 of your favorite horror series. Aren't you so pumped we're doing this? Like literally every other Leprechaun movie, Lep 3 ignores the ones that came before it. But at least Part 3 has the decency to put Leprechaun in the middle of Las Vegas instead of a farmhouse or the outskirts of LA. The lights and decadence of Sin City are a perfect backdrop for Lep to run around being a little shit. Leprechaun 3 was the first of the series to be released direct-to-video after Lep 2 failed at the box office because, obviously. Luckily, producer Jeff Joffre knew how to ball on a budget, y'all, and shot most of the movie in the abandoned Ambassador Hotel, with a single night shoot in Vegas providing all the scenes on the strip. The result is a movie that doesn't feel any cheaper than the second one, and it's also much more aware of itself as a comedy, since director Brian Trenchard Smith and writer wanted to focus on that. The humor is handled deftly by a lot of the cast, especially Warwick Davis, whose name I've apparently been mispronouncing my whole life.
Thanks,
so
Travis
sorry about
Sandman.
that. It also has some of the most memorable
It
kills
is
in
if
the
you
series,
want.
So let's get to them.
Cool, great intro. There was one cut that seemed a little weird to me. This one.
Like literally every other Leprechaun movie.
Yeah. What if I do?
Lep 3 ignores the ones that came before. Like literally every other Leprechaun movie, Lep 3 ignores the ones that came before it. But at least part
That works.
Lep 3 Leprechaun movie, Lep 3 ignores the ones that came before it. But at least every other Leprechaun movie, Lep 3 ignores the ones that came before it. But at least part 3 has the decency to put Leprechaun before it.
Okay, cool. Cool, that's the intro done. Now I'm going to move on to going through the kills and just tightening that up. I probably don't have to do that much to it, but just doing my final pass on this to get it picture locked, as we call it, even though it's more of like a sound lock, to be honest. But all right.
The movie begins.
So this is a big, extensive process, but it'll be fun. Thanks, Eric Hernandez.
The movie begins with 2 minutes of pictureless credits. What the fuck, Lep 3? When they can finally afford to show Lep 3. When they can finally afford to show some footage, it's Las Vegas. Ooh, exciting. What famous location on the When they can finally afford to show some footage, it's Las Vegas. Ooh.
Picture lock, Drew Deshane of Gilead. What does picture lock mean? That means that I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. It means that the edit is locked in as far as the timing of everything goes. And it means that all the cuts of the main footage, in this case of me, but in like TV and movies, just like the picture that you're looking at, which is why it's called picture lock, it means that all of those cuts and edits are locked in place. So after you get picture lock, what you can do after that is add graphics on top of them, mess with the sound. And you need picture lock before these things because usually graphics and sound are done by other people. So you get picture lock, and then you export the sound and you give it to the sound guy to work with. And then the sound guy gives it, the sound person, I should say, that's more accurate. So the sound person then does what they're going to do to the sound and sends it back to the editor. And if it's not picture locked and they say, for instance, I exported my sound, I sent it to the sound person to work on, and then I was like, no, you know what? Maybe I'll make this take a little bit shorter and this one a little bit longer. Then we would have an issue because when the sound person gave it back to me, I would put in the sound and it wouldn't match up with what we have. So that's why you need it to be picture lock before, for instance, I run a process on the sound or adding graphics, or in my case, movie footage over my voice and everything. So that's what picture lock is. It's just a step in the process of post-production where once you reach it, it's pretty good, but yeah, you still got graphics and stuff afterward. But that's what I'm working on now is picture lock.
Yes, ooh, exciting. What famous location on the strip are we going to here? The pawn place? Here. The pawn place? Okay, is that...
So it basically helps match the audio to the video. I mean, that's one of its purposes. Here, let's see what Google says. Picture lock. So stage and editing, prior to online editing, that term always confused me. When all changes to the film cut, that means like the edit, have been done and approved, it is then sent to subsequent stages such as online editing and audio mixing. That's what I said. Any last-minute changes can force portions of subsequent work to be redone. That's correct. Anything that you do after picture lock is going to mess up everything after that. Online editing, I think, has to do with color correction. That term always messed me up. So I guess online editing is just adding visual effects, lower thirds, applying color correction, like I said. So yeah, it's like the garnishes, if you will.
Okay, is that the one? The pawn place? Okay. What are we going to here? Going to here? The pawn.
Oh, Bree, I think I might have figured something out. Are you in here?
Strip are we going to here? The pawn place? Okay, is that the one with the roller coaster on the roof? Nope. Okay, is that the one?
Thank you, Dylan Mini Reviews. Can you do some of my movies? Message me on YouTube if you... I don't really have the time right now to do anything extra like that, but... Bree, could you double check that your default audio transition length, that would be in your edit preferences timeline, I believe, make sure it's 2 frames, because if it's so weird. Most of your transitions are fine, and they're 2 frames, like what I'm looking at right here. But then a few of them seem to be just 1 frame. Yeah. Which is strange. I don't know how that would happen. Like how you would get both, but it's not that big a deal. Thanks, Jackson Higgins. I do think of myself primarily as a comedy channel. I guess I say horror channel, but it's a horror comedy channel.
What famous location on the strip are we going to here? The pawn place? Going to here? The pawn place? Okay, is that the one? The pawn place? Okay, is that the pawn place? The pawn place? Okay, is that the one with the roller coaster on the roof? No roller. The one with the roller coaster on the roof? No roller coaster, but it does have a computer-savvy owner named Gupta, who's an Indian character played by an Argentina-born actor, if you were wondering. Tonight, it's also got an who's an Indian character played by an Argentina-born actor, if you were wondering. Tonight, it's also got an anxious customer who is all kinds of beat up, man. What's he got there? A missing leg, an eye patch, a hook? A missing leg. There, a missing leg, an eye patch.
Thanks, Dan Smith.
An eye patch, a hook.
Shape of Water. Yeah, Shape of Water has at least a couple kills.
An eye patch, a hook. This dude needs to open up a seafood restaurant chain pronto. To get money for his undoubtedly fried business venture. He's pawning off a frozen leprechaun, but it sounds like it.
Yeah, Leprechaun Goes to Space is bad, and probably the most sexist Leprechaun movie, which is a pretty sexist series in general.
But it sounds like it comes with rules, like a gremlin.
Thanks to YouTube Vader.
It comes with rules, like a gremlin. With rules, like a gremlin. Rules, like a gremlin. But it sounds like it comes with rules, like a gremlin. Maybe that second like a gremlin.
I was wrong when I said that second like a gremlin, Bree.
Rules, like a gremlin.
Oops.
But it sounds like it comes with rules, like a gremlin. Rules, like a gremlin.
I really liked Last Jedi.
Rules, like a gremlin. Gupta gives him a cool. Like a gremlin. Gupta gives him a cool $20 for it, making out like a bandit, in my opinion. That sculpture would be. That sculpture would be.
Oh, thank you, Hunter123123123. Just found you a couple weeks along with Found Flicks. Fucking love your work. Thanks.
It'd be dope to put outside your bathroom with a tray of mints. Gupta's more interested.
Gupta.
Room with a tray of mints. Gupta's more interested in that medallion, though. So despite the seaman's warning, he tray of mints. Gupta's more tray of mints. Gupta's more
Leprechaun's like a off-brand Freddy Krueger. You ain't wrong, Lightning God.
interested in that medallion, though. So despite the seaman's
Thank you for the super chat, Dylan. Mini reviews. You can shoot me an email at deadmeatjames@gmail.com. I'll try to, but I can't make any promises. I'm pretty overloaded as it is.
Gupta's more interested in that medallion, though. So despite the interested in that medallion, though.
I love the original Blair Witch Chaos.
That medallion, though. So despite the seaman's warning, he removes it.
Have I ever thought about shaving my head? I have before, FBI agent. Right when I graduated college, I did.
More interested in that medallion, though. So despite the seaman's warning, he removes it. Seaman's warning.
I wish there was a shortcut key to just remove one frame and then also apply an audio transition. That'd be great.
So despite the seaman's warning, he removes it from the lab to examine with a bright science light. Behind him. Lab to examine with a bright science light. Behind him, the statue.
Did I ever think in my childhood that I would be doing this? Well, YouTube didn't exist in my childhood, so no.
He thaws out into a little shit and disappears. Out into a little shit and disappears. He thaws out into a little shit and disappears. Into a little shit and disappears. A little shit and she thaws out into a little shit and disappears. A little shit and disappears, leaving a pot of gold. Disappears, leaving a pot of gold coins. Disappears, leaving a pot of gold coins behind that Gupta finds. Behind that Gupta finds and gives the Aussie test of authenticity to. Then Lep appears, bites off an ear as. Then Lep appears, bites off an ear as per usual, and makes a mildly racist joke about the taste. Oh, and makes a mildly racist joke about the taste. Oh, Lep. Makes a mildly racist joke about the taste. Oh, Lep, you're not meant for this modern. Makes a mildly racist joke about the taste. Oh, Lep, you're not meant for this modern world. Joke about the taste. Oh, Lep, you're not meant for this modern world. Then apparently, not meant for this modern world. Then apparently, this modern world. Then apparently it's rhyme time and time. Then apparently it's rhyme time and time for a single reference to his shoe fucking past. And time for a single reference to his shoe fucking past. But this time, Lep's more interested. Reference to his shoe fucking past. But this time, Lep's more interested in the gooey flesh center within the shoe. So he bites the flesh center within the shoe. So he bites.
What am I most excited for at Monsterpalooza? I don't know. I just love horror conventions. Like, okay, here's something I'm excited about at Monsterpalooza. I'll be able to buy stuff and write it off for my business, like for tax purposes. So I will. I'm excited to purchase more things than I have in previous conventions. I'm excited to have that kind of like, that ability to like buy more things because like it's a business investment for me. So I'm excited to like, oh, that looks really cool. That would help me with dead meat. It'd be smart to buy it then.
Flesh center within the shoe. So he bites Gupta's toe off while he just kind of lies there and doesn't really do anything about it. Come on, Goop. Doesn't really do anything about it. Come on, Goop. That is until he discovers. Come on, Goop. That is. Kind of lies there and doesn't really do anything about it. Come on, Goop. That is until he. Come on, Goop. That is until he discovers. Lies there and doesn't really do anything about it. Come on, Goop. That is until he discovers the medallion can ward off the leprechaun. Another.
Gecko, I am coming to Texas in May for Texas Frightmare.
Can ward off the leprechaun. Another new development to the lore, but one of the few. New development to the lore, but one of the few. Development to the lore, but one of the few that will actually see return in future movies. So see return in future movies. So Lep will actually see return in future movies. So Lep takes his gold and runs into the shop's basement for whatever reason, not noticing that he's dropped a gold coin on the ground until later. He's dropped a gold coin on the ground until later when he's doing it. Gold coin on the ground until later.
What is?
Coin on the ground until later when he's.
Okay.
On the ground until later. Ground until later when he's doing it. Until later when he's doing. Until later. Later when he's on the ground until later when he's doing an AU audit. He puts his stash of.
Thanks, Noah Gillantine. Yep, Belko was pretty crazy. Too crazy for me. Oh, cool, Premiere. I love it when you just decide that you're gonna stop like playing, and I just have to restart you because that's what Premiere does sometimes. God damn it, Premiere! I got a messy desktop I got to clean up. Am I gonna be a YouTuber forever? Fucking. I don't plan on it. No.
Ground until later when he's doing an AU audit. He puts his stash.
Look how many apps you have on your computer. It's so weird to me, man, that programs are called apps now.
Gold coin on the ground until later when he's doing an AU audit. He puts his stash of 9. Doing an AU audit. He puts his stash of 9. When he's doing an AU audit. He puts his stash. When he's doing an AU audit. He puts his stash of 99 coins in a safe while upstairs. 99 coins in a safe. Coins in a safe. While upstairs, Gupta looks up Gupta looks up leprechauns on a CD-ROM encyclopedia because the leprechaun series has finally entered the Encarta era.
Oh yeah, that iPad commercial where she's like, "What's a computer? I'm so young and computers are an old term."
Finally entered the Encarta era. It lays out the Lep's deal for this movie. His power. It lays out the Lep's deal for this movie.
What's a computer?
Deal for this movie. His power's tied to his gold. Deal for this movie. His power's tied to his gold. He can grant a single wish for every shilling someone possesses. He likes potatoes. Every shilling someone possesses. He likes potatoes. A single wish for every shilling someone possesses. He likes potatoes. He likes potatoes. Every shilling someone possesses. He likes potatoes. Okay, great. Gupta takes likes potatoes. Likes potatoes. Okay, great. Okay, great. Gupta takes a hand. Likes potatoes. Okay, great. Gupta takes a
Thanks, Dan
handgun
Smith.
and goes for a Lep hunt in the basement, but of course Lep pulls some magical chicanery. Gupta takes a handgun and goes for a Lep hunt in the basement, but of course Lep pulls some magical chicanery.
I was gonna ask why these were purple, Brie, and then I figured it out. Let's see how that word's pronounced.
Chicanery.
Chicanery. I was right the first time.
Gupta takes a handgun and goes for a Lep hunt in the basement, but of course Lep pulls some magical chicanery. Gupta takes a handgun and goes for a Lep hunt in the basement, but of course Lep pulls some magical chicanery, including. Gupta takes a handgun and goes for a Lep hunt in the basement. Lep hunt in the basement, but of course Lep pulls some magical chicanery, including magical chicanery, including blow.
Square footage of this room is.
Blowing up the gun. But of course, let pull some magical chicanery, including blowing up the gun. Some magical chicanery, including blowing up the gun with his finger like a Looney Tune. His finger like a Looney Tune. Look. Up the gun with his finger like a Looney Tune. Luckily, Goop. Like a Looney Tune. Luckily, Goopta acts fast. It sticks the medallion in Leprechaun's mouth, making him vomit sham. Luckily, Goopta acts fast. Luckily, Goopta acts fast. It sticks the medallion. Luckily, Goopta acts fast. It sticks the medallion in Leprechaun's mouth, making him Leprechaun's mouth, making him vomit Shamrock Shake and run away.
I do reference Looney Tunes a lot because horror movies get Looney Toony pretty often, dude.
Vomit Shamrock Shake and run away. He locks him back in the basement, and what the fuck? How is he locks him back in the basement and he locks him back in the basement, and what the fuck? How is Lep locked in a what the fuck? What the fuck? How is Lep what the fuck? How is Lep locked in a basement? He's mad. How is Lep locked in a basement? Locked in a basement. He's magic. Oh, he's magic. Also, he's magic. Also, he's magic. Also, focus. Magic. Also, focus. Also, focus. Driving through. Also, focus. Driving through. Also, focus. Driving through.
Thanks, Carter Anderson.
Also, focus. Driving through Vegas is half man, half mouse Scott, and when he sees this chick, half man, half mouse Scott, and when he sees this chick, Vegas is half man, half mouse Scott, and when he sees this chick Tammy hitchhiking in the road, he pulls over almost.
Jace, it doesn't necessarily have to be as difficult as I make it look to be a YouTuber. Lots of people do way simpler things, you know.
Hitchhiking in the road, he pulls over, almost hit. He pulls over, almost hitting. Pulls over. He pulls over. He pulls over. He pulls over. In the road, he pulls over, almost hitting her in the process, so he can get. Over, almost hitting her in the process, so he can get a. Almost hitting her in the process, so he can get a good long gape in. So he can get a good long gape in. Long gape in. He agrees to give her a ride to work, telling her how he's on his way to his freshman year of college in California, and he's just. He agrees to give her a ride to work. He agrees to give her a ride to work, telling her how he's on his way to his freshman year of college in California, and he's just stopping through Vegas with wide-eyed wonder. And he's just stopping through Vegas with wide-eyed wonder to, gee gosh golly, see what it's like.
What part of the editing process does Bree do? So when I shoot my video and I just have all these, oh, I got to make sure to replace these proxies. You know, and I just have like the long takes. What she does is she goes through and cuts it down to like the audio that I'm going to be covering with movies. So she takes out all the mistakes and all the space in between sentences, and she'll choose between takes, and it's maybe my least favorite part of the editing, so I'm really grateful to not have to worry about it. All the bloopers too, yeah, she keeps a little blooper list. But here, actually, I'm gonna replace this footage with the not proxy footage because let's see. Reveal and explore. So these are proxy video files that are not that good of quality.
Rolling, being a little shit.
I don't know if you can tell. They're not that good of quality.
Hold on, Lucy just opened the door.
So what I need to do is replace the video. So what I do with this is make all these offline. and then go through. I have to do it one by one or else it'll automatically link to. So I'm going to relink the video file, and I'm going to uncheck display only exact names because the name is different, and I'm going to relink it to the non-proxy version. Pardon me. And then it automatically resyncs the audio file since it knows where that is. Hopefully. Come on. Locate that media. Come on. Come on. Hi, Lucinda. Welcome. Yeah, I'm going to do another collab with Foundflix. He actually sent me the script for a video that he's doing. So that's now those files are back online, so I just got to do that with each of these. So I'll be filming something for him soon, and then we'll probably film something together when I visit him in May when I go to Texas Frightmare, because he's letting me crash at his place for the whole weekend, which is extremely generous and is saving Chelsea and I a lot of money so that we don't have to get a hotel room. So super pumped about that. That'll be a lot of fun. And yeah, we'll probably film something together. So between getting a press pass for the convention from the convention and getting to stay with Foundflix, all that we have to pay for is the flight there and back. So making out like a bandit with that. In the basement, thank you for the super chat. Where is the Broken Arrow main theme? It's that one's tripping a lot of people up, so I kind of want to not give a hint so that it'll remain a tough one. I'll say that although it is the main theme to Broken Arrow, it is repurposed to be the theme to be another theme in a kill count movie. In a kill count movie. Jackson, you go on and get out of here, boy. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Please stop asking me who my second favorite character in the thing is. I don't know. They're all great. I don't want to have to rank everything. All right. All that's relinked, so we should have high quality footage now.
What it's like. He takes Tammy to the with wide-eyed wonder to gee gosh golly see what it's like. He takes Tammy to the casino.
That's right, Jimmy Brown. It was used as a temp track during editing, but they left it in, which I think rubs someone the wrong way. Possibly the composer who did like the rest of the music in Scream. I forget.
Golly, see what it's like. He takes Tammy to.
I got the Jason mask at 13X Studios. It was only like $30 or something, so I highly recommend them. It's a very nice mask.
Golly, see what it's like. He takes Tammy to the casino where she works, the Lucky Shamrock. He takes Tammy.
Oh, Drew Deshane, cool. I've got the day off work, so I might watch Phantasm just to listen to the new podcast. Do it.
To the casino where she works. The casino where she works, the Lucky Shamrock. The Lucky Shamrock, then begs her. The Lucky Shamrock, then begs her to let him see the inside, because it'll be an adventure. The Lucky Shamrock, then begs her to let him see the inside, because it'll be an adventure. She agrees. Because it'll be an adventure. She agrees. Because it'll be an adventure. She agrees. Because it'll be an adventure. She be an adventure. She because it'll be an adventure. She agrees to it as long as he doesn't gamble, since he's underage. She agrees to it as long as he doesn't gamble. Because he doesn't gamble since he's underage. Since he's underage. Meanwhile, as long as he doesn't gamble since he's underage. Meanwhile, she's got to get back to Fazio. Wait. Meanwhile, she's got to get back to Fazio. Wait, what's Fazio? Wait, what? Meanwhile, she's got to get back to Fazio. Wait, what's Fazio? Oh, okay. I thought Fazio was just bad acting. Oh, okay. I thought Fazio was just bad acting. What's Fazio? Oh, okay. I thought Fazio was just bad acting. Nah, Fazio's this. Fazio was just bad acting. Nah, Fazio's this slick. Fazio was just bad acting. Nah, Fazio's this slick John Stamos wannabe. Fazio was just bad acting. Nah, Fazio's this slick John Stamos wannabe, and as he practices his calisthenics, he practices his calisthenics. He makes fun of his calisthenics. He makes fun of his casino. Nah, Fazio's this slick John Stamos wannabe, and as he practices his calisthenics, he makes fun of his calisthenics. He makes fun of his. Nah, Fazio's this slick John Stamos wannabe, and as he practices his calisthenics, he makes fun of his casino co-worker Loretta for being old. It really sticks.
This is the one. This is that one, Lightning God. Lightning God.
Worker Loretta for being old. It really sticks with her too. She's talking about dreams of plastic surgery, as if Caroline. It really sticks with her too. It really sticks with her too. She's talking about dreams. It really sticks with her too. She's talking about dreams of plastic surgery, as if Caroline Williams wasn't still beautiful enough to hump with a chainsaw.
Oh God, I'm gonna reference Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Let's get all the comments being like, "Is that a hint?"
Wasn't still beautiful enough to hump with a chainsaw. If she's good enough for Leatherface, with a chainsaw. If she's good enough, hump with a chainsaw. If she's good enough for Leatherface, she's good enough for you, Fazio.
It's like, this is a horror channel. I'm gonna make references to other horror movies.
If she's good enough for Leatherface, she's good enough for you, Fazio. Tammy shows up in her Playboy bunny outfit that Fazio gets off on, and he starts talking about a new fire trick that he wants to try that night. Only he really sucks.
Thanks, Dr. Strange.
Trick that he wants to try that night. Only he really sucks at his job, so he's just burning. Only he really sucks at his job. Only he really sucks at his job, so he's just burning the casino. Only he really sucks at his job, so he's just burning. Only he really sucks at his job, so he's just burning the casino. Only he really sucks at his job, so he's just burning the casino down, which owner Mitch isn't. Which owner Mitch is. Casino down, which owner Mitch. Casino down, which owner Mitch is. Which owner Mitch down, which owner Mitch. Burning the casino down, which owner Mitch isn't.
Fuck.
Down, which owner Mitch isn't. Which owner Mitch isn't really. Down, which owner Mitch isn't really. Which owner Mitch is down, which owner Mitch is.
Fuck.
Which owner Mitch down, which owner Mitch down, which owner Mitch. Which owner Mitch.
There we go.
Burning the casino down, which owner Mitch isn't really happy about. Mitch is definitely happy to get creepy with Tammy, though. Focus! Also, Mitch is definitely happy to get creepy with Tammy, though. Focus! Also, stop. Mitch is definitely happy to get creepy with Tammy, though. Focus! Definitely happy to get creepy with Tammy, though. Focus! Focus! Also stop. Focus! Also stop. Also focus! Also stop. Inside the casino. Inside. Also stop. Inside the casino, Scott is positive. Inside the casino. Inside the casino. Stop. Inside the casino, Scott is positively creaming himself at the sights and sounds of gambling. He's himself at the sights and sounds of gambling. He's so inspired that he wants to cash himself at the sights and sounds of gambling. He's so inspired that he wants to cash in his money for tuition and housing that what? His parents just his money for tuition and housing that
I'm gonna grab some water. I'll be right back. Another door? Another door? I love that. Yep, I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab some water. Atkins out, the Secretary of Veteran Affairs. I wonder if that's it. I wonder if that's it, because I feel like Kelly and Mattis are safe for now. But if they were gone, I don't know. Ugh.
Scott is positively creaming himself at the sights and sounds of gambling. He's so inspired that he wants to cash in his money for tuition and housing that, what, his parents just cut him a single fucking check for? Even though, what, his parents just... What, his parents just cut him a single fucking check for? Even though he's obviously underage. Cut him a single fucking check for? Even though he's obviously underage, Mitch lets it... Obviously underage... For. Even though he's obviously underage, Mitch lets it slip because of money. I just wanted to do Mr. Krabs again. Look, money. Mitch lets it slip because of money.
I bet I could do a better money. I'm gonna mark that for ADR. Label ADR. Bree, do you have a color that you've been using for ADR? Because I know that you use mango for on-screen stuff and purple for takes I have to choose between. Maybe violet for... Or no, that's what you use for takes. See you, Jace. What about Caribbean? No, that's too similar. Let's just do like brown.
It slip because of money. Money. Because of money. Mitch lets it slip because of money. I just wanted to do Mr. Krabs again. Looks like Mitch. I just wanted to do Mr. Krabs again. Looks like Mitch could. I just wanted to do Mr. Krabs again. Looks like Mitch could.
Why was she saying it was real bad? Because it...
Money. I just wanted to do Mr. Krabs again. Looks like Mitch could use that money since he's getting harangued by this dude Art.
Every little piece. I cannot even begin to do that.
Looks like Mitch... Mr. Krabs again. Looks like Mitch could use that money since he's getting harangued by this dude Art. And... Getting harangued by this dude Art and his Hawaiian... Since he's getting harangued by this dude Art and his... Getting harangued by this dude Art and his Hawaiian-shirted Rocky Horror hitman, Tony. These two are open that money since he's getting harangued by this dude Art and his Hawaiian-shirted Rocky Horror hitman, Tony. Rocky Horror hitman, Tony. These two are...
Bye, red dude.
Horror hitman Tony. These two are open source coded gay characters, and also probably the funniest part of the movie. Scott takes... These two are open source coded gay characters.
Oh yeah, Joel, you want some fucking duck game tonight? You better get some. You better fucking get some, dude.
Source coded gay characters, and also probably the funniest part of the movie. Scott...
I kicked ass at our last duck game, and man, I did some damn good ducking.
And also probably the funniest part of the movie. Scott takes his fat... And also probably the funniest part of the movie. Scott takes his...
You were there for that comeback, weren't you, Joel? Where it was like I was at 4 and everyone else was at like 8 or 9, and then I came back and won. Yeah, exactly. Neither of us used Porg.
Probably the funniest part of the movie. Scott takes his fat stacks to Loretta's table, where he promptly loses both his money and his shit. Both his money and his shit. He loses both his money and his shit. I've made my mistakes.
Oh, that could be worse for sure.
I've made my mistakes. They show Loretta. They show Loretta cheating him with a little button magnet thing, but seriously, They show Loretta cheating him with a little button magnet thing, but seriously, that casino would get shut down so fast with some rinky-dink carnival cheat like that. But we shouldn't be. But seriously, that casino would get shut down so fast with some rinky-dink carnival cheat like that. But we shouldn't be. With some rinky-dink carnival cheat like that. But we shouldn't be surprised. Look at the quality of this place. Fazio should.
I'm mad, man. I'm doing fine.
But we shouldn't be surprised. Look at the quality of this place. Fazio. Look at the quality of this place. Fazio show.
Joel, did you see that Shulkin's out?
But we shouldn't be surprised. Look at the quality of this place. Fazio show consists mostly of hip gyrations. But at least show consists mostly of hip gyrations. But at least actor John DeMita.
VA secretary. It was known that he was going to be out.
It's mostly of hip gyrations. But at least actor John DeMita does some solid physical comedy here.
I didn't really know anything about him.
Actor John DeMita does some solid physical comedy here. As Fazio woos you with wonder, you may be forgiven for forgetting that this is a Leprechaun movie. But don't you worry, it definitely is. A Leprechaun movie. But don't you worry, it definitely for forgetting that this is a Leprechaun movie. But don't you worry, this is a Leprechaun movie. But don't you worry, it definitely is. See, there's our laugh. Wait. But don't you worry, it definitely is. See, there's our laugh. Wait, same laugh? Wait, is it really left though? You got a body ending to a limerick to prove it? Yeah, that's laugh. Wait, same laugh? Wait, is it? See, there's our laugh. Wait, same laugh? Wait. Yeah, that's laugh. Wait, same laugh? Yeah, that's laugh. He uses his powers to get the medallion. Yeah, that's laugh. He uses his powers to. Yeah, that's laugh. He uses his powers to get the medallion away from Gupta and then comes at him with his little cane, beating him with that and his little cane. Comes at him with his little cane, beating him with that. Comes at him with his little cane, beating him with that. Comes at him with his little cane, beating him. Comes at him with his little cane, beating him with that and a baseball bat as he grills him for his gold. Beating him with that and.
Thank you, Mehdi Bukhari. Thank you very much.
And a baseball bat as he grills him for his goal before Gupta. Baseball bat as he grills him for his goal before Gupta gives it up.
Thank you, Monabi.
He grills him for his goal before Gupta gives it up. Though Lep strangles him with a phone cord. Same thing he did to Cody in the second. He strangles him with a phone cord.
What couldn't my sanity handle?
Strangles him with a phone cord. Same thing he did to Cody in the second movie. Only this.
Oh, never doing a song.
Him with a phone cord. Same thing he did to Cody in the second movie, only this time he goes all the way and kills Gupta. Sorry, this time he goes all the way and kills Gupta. Sorry he's dead, but can we please get out of this fucking pawn shop now? But can we please? Sorry he's dead, but can we please get out of this fucking pawn shop now? After Scott loses. But can we please get out of this fucking pawn shop now? After Scott.
Post 9/11 horror book. See if there's anything about Saw.
There is. I just read a whole chapter devoted to it. Chelsea's working on a podcast episode that talks about saw traps and tortures and shit. So there, you'll get your saw fix when you listen to the fucking podcast, all right? Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Sorry he's dead, but can we please get out of this fucking pawn shop now? After Scott loses all his tuition and housing money, Loretta encourages him to go sell his watch at the pawn shops.
You can write in the book.
So he can lose more money.
I was gonna say, I like writing in my books.
Yeah, I love writing in books.
But can we please get out of this fucking pawn shop now? After Scott loses all his tuition and housing money, Loretta encourages him to go sell his watch at the pawn shop so he can lose more money. He crosses the street to go to the pawn at the pawn shop so he can lose more money. He crosses the more money. He crosses more money. He crosses more money. He crosses the street to go to the pawn shop and enters it to find Gupta dead on. He crosses the street to go to the pawn shop and enters it to find Gupta. Enters it to find Gupta dead. To find Gupta dead on the ground. He uses Gupta dead on the ground. He uses the Gupta dead on the ground. He uses the murder weapon to call the police and try real hard at acting. Yeah. Real hard at acting. Yeah. Keep trying, I guess, kid. Real hard at acting. Yeah. Keep trying, I guess, kid. Yeah. Keep trying, I guess, kid. Since that cereal box software about leprechauns is still... Yeah, keep trying, I guess, kid. Hard at acting. Yeah, keep trying, I guess, kid. Since that cereal box software about leprechauns is still going, Scott sees the summary. Since that cereal box software about leprechauns is still going, Scott sees the summary saying that without its gold, a leprechaun is so weak. Scott sees the summary saying that without its gold, a leprechaun is so weak he can get beat by the Monty Python foot, and that a shilling and
I thought this was a YouTube channel. We can't request anything? Shit, I thought this was a YouTube channel. I thought it was a YouTube channel. I thought this was America.
Get beat by the Monty Python foot, and that a shilling entitles a person to a wish. Hey, and that a shilling entitles a person to a wish. Hey, what? And that a shilling entitles a person to a wish. Hey, what do you know? And that a shilling entitles a person to a wish. Hey, what do you know? There's a shilling on the keyboard. Dang. Oh, there's a shilling on the keyboard. Dang.
Dank is what people say, right?
Hey, what do you know? There's a shilling on the keyboard. Dang. Scott picks it up and gives the wish thing a shot. He disappears. Scott picks it up.
Oops.
Hey, what do you know? There's a shilling on the keyboard. Dang. Scott picks it up and gives the wish. Dang. Scott picks it. Dang. Scott picks it up and gives the wish thing a
Dank. Dank.
There's a shilling on the keyboard. Dang. Scott picks it up and gives the wish thing a shot. He disappears right before Lepkin asks him a...
I don't know if it's an exclamation. How many times have I gone to Urban Dictionary on these streams? Oh, look, it's a purple link too. Great. So it's obviously an adjective. We all know that, obviously. Here, let me Google it. Can dank be an exclamation? Oh. Hella dank. Yo, hella dank can be. Should I ADR to say hella dank? What are all these like articles? Here's something about exclamation. Missing dank. You know what? I'm going to leave that dank. I'm going to leave that swaggy. Yeah, dude, for sure I'm going to say swaggy. Fleek.
Keyboard. Dang. Scott picks it up and gives the wish thing a shot. He disappears right before Lepkin asks him a question and winds up exactly where he wished for at Loretta's table on a on a winning streak since
I had to rename the channel Dank Meat for April Fool's.
winds up exactly where he wished for at Loretta's table on a winning streak since his bets are being streaks. At Loretta's table on a winning streak since his bets are being magically directed by the gold shilling, an advantage Loretta notices, especially when
Rah, rah, Rasputin, lover of the Russian queen. There was a cat that really was gone. Doodle-doodle-doodle. Rah, rah, Rasputin, Russia's greatest love machine.
an advantage Loretta
It was a shame how he carried on.
notices, especially when an advantage Loretta notices, especially when it defies her cheating system and breaks it. Mitch witnesses all this, but he needs that, especially when it defies her cheating system and breaks it. Mitch witnesses all this. Mitch witnesses all this, but he needs that underage cash. So he gives Scott a room at the but he needs that underage cash. So he gives Scott a room at the hotel with the hopes that he'll lose the money. The hopes that he'll lose the money. Hotel with the hopes that he'll lose the money gambling. Hotel with the hope that he'll the hotel with the hope that hotel with the hope that got a room at the hotel with the hope got a room at the hotel with the hope that got a room at the hotel with the hope that he'll lose got a room at the hotel with the hope that he'll lose the money gambling later. Tammy runs later. Gambling later. Tammy runs into Scott, upset that he's underage gambling, and she strongly suggests that he cash out and get out of town. But Scott doesn't want to leave the city without her because he's that guy. Holy shit. But Scott doesn't want to leave the city without her because he's that guy. Holy shit. But Scott doesn't want to leave the city without her because he's that guy. Holy shit, dude. Zip it back up. You just met this chick. See, now that's a... But Scott... Holy shit, dude. Zip it back up. You just met this chick. See, now that's a realistic reaction. See, now that's a realistic reaction. She tells him to... See, now that's a realistic reaction. She tells him to wait... See, now that's a realistic reaction. She tells him to wait in his room while she does another show and that they can talk later. Leprechaun... show and that they can talk later. Leprechaun...
No, there will not be an Easter or April Fool's video on Sunday. I'm sorry. Really wanted to, but there's no time for me to do that kind of thing. I'm sorry.
Does another show and that they can talk later. Leprechaun finally gets out of that damn pawn shop. Leprechaun finally gets out of that damn pawn shop and strolls onto the Vegas Strip. It really feels like he's found a pawn shop and strolls onto the Vegas Strip. It really feels like he's found a proper
Hi, Christopher
home.
Thompson.
Even
Welcome
his
back.
lyrics are better. It really feels like he's found a proper home here. Even his limericks are better. See, now that's a... Even his limericks are better. See, now that's a fun, campy villain. I like this leprechaun. He's naturally drawn...
What the fuck? What is with these transitions?
See, now that's a fun, campy villain. I like this leprechaun. He's naturally drawn to the Lucky Shamrock, where since this is a Vegas movie, we get our obligatory scene with an Elvis impersonator, giving Lep a chance to stretch his voice impression powers. Yeah, go ahead and be proud, Lep. That's one of the few powers.
Thanks, Aquatics.
Voice impression powers. Yeah, go ahead and be proud, Lep. That's one of the few powers you've kept consistent. Yeah, go ahead and be proud, Lep. That's one of the few powers you've kept consistent. Okay, I mean, maybe don't be...
Do I have something special for Friday the 13th? I don't. Let's see. No, I don't have anything planned for that day. I'm going to be at Monster Palooza that day. That's fun.
Impression powers. Yeah, go ahead and be proud, Lep. His voice impression powers. Yeah, go ahead and be... Chance to stretch his voice impression powers. Yeah, go ahead and... Stretch his voice impression powers. Yeah, go ahead and be proud, Lep. That's...
Guys, I only have so much time in my life. I can't, I would love to do special stuff on all holidays and everything, but I can't always do that.
Yeah, go ahead and be proud, Lep. That's one of the few powers you've kept consistent. Okay, I mean, maybe don't be that proud. That's enough. Inside the casino... Okay, I mean, maybe don't be that proud. Okay, I mean, maybe don't be that proud. That's enough. Inside...
Because, even that video announcing the giveaway, that took, 2 days of work. I don't like to just like edit together real quick videos, like all the push-ins and the like glory and like all the graphics that are zooming in and moving all over. Like that takes time, man.
Okay, I mean, maybe don't be that proud. That's enough. Inside the casino, Lep runs into Fazio, who he plays a trick on by making green shit appear in his hand. Green shit appear in his hand, even though it just kind of looks like a pile of steaming squam. Then Lep swaps out magical... Even though it just kind of looks like a pile of steaming squam. Then Lep swaps out magical crap for magical craps and has... Magical crap... out magical crap for magical craps and has himself a good time throwing dice. Not even and has himself a good time throwing dice. Not even art in the throwing dice. Not even art in the muscle can stop him. He just turns that bodyguard in. Not even art in the muscle can stop him. Not even art in the muscle can stop him. He just turns that bodyguard. Art in the muscle can stop him. He just turns that bodyguard into a slot machine. I'm sorry, what? He just turns that bodyguard into a slot machine. I'm sorry, what was that? Oh, that's what I thought. I'm sorry, what was that? Oh, that's what I thought you said. Oh, that's what I thought you said. Fazio. I'm sorry, what was that? Oh, that's what I thought you said. Fazio washes his hands. Oh, that's what I thought you said. Fazio washes his hands and finds Loretta, who tells him about Scott's casino winnings and lucky gold coin. They immediately start planning an OJ-style burglary. No, but for real, they're fucking robbing this teenager, LOL. Yeah, I know, but for real, they're fucking robbing this teenager. Fazio.
Thanks, Bree. Your color coding works
They
great.
immediately start planning an OJ-style burglary. Yeah. They immediately start planning an OJ-style burglary. Yeah, I know, but for real, they're fucking robbing this teenager. For real, they're fucking robbing this teenager. Fazio doesn't... They're fucking robbing this teenager. Fazio doesn't find the cash, but he does grab... Fazio doesn't find the cash, but he does grab the coin right as Scott discovers him in his room. Then Fazio really does... Scott discovers him in his room. Then Fazio really does pull a late-stage OJ. Shit, man, that's assault. At least he's... Then Fazio really does pull a late-stage OJ. Shit, man, that's assault. At least he sticks the fancy smoky exit. Well, almost. At least he sticks the fancy smoky exit. Well, almost.
Yeah, Drunk Disneys are still going to be coming out every month, which means I've got a few days to finish that next one. I think I'll have it out on Saturday.
That's assault. At least he sticks the fancy smoky exit. Well, almost. Lep winds up in the room next, having sniffed out the shilling, and flies through the air to bite Scott's arm.
I guess that's another consistent thing in these movies. You can always smell his gold. It just smells them out.
Lep winds up in the room next, having sniffed out the shilling, and flies through the air to bite Scott's arm. After a knife stab to the forehead, there's
That's
a
right,
whole
Jordan.
bunch of this nasty, thick green Lep blood going everywhere, including onto Scott's arm where it burns through the skin. Lep gets launched out a window, but remember, he's pretty much... arm where it burns through the skin. Lep gets launched out a window, but remember, he's
Still
pretty much
counts.
indestructible, always able to heal himself through the power of shitty jokes. I'd be much more concerned about Scott, who, oh my god, Scott, who... I'd be much more concerned about Scott, who, oh my god, is I'd be much more concerned about Scott, who, oh my god, is turning into a werewolf? Or a leprechaun? Really? But... werewolf? Or a leprechaun? Turning into a werewolf? Or a leprechaun? Really? But look at him. But... really? But look at him. I mean... leprechaun? Really? But look at him. I mean, yeah, I guess he's eating potatoes like that CD-ROM said Leps do.
I'm not a film student. What's the hardest part about being a film student and a full-time YouTuber at the same time? I don't know. Is this a joke? What is the hardest part about being a film student and a full-time YouTuber at the same time?
I mean, yeah, I guess he's eating potatoes like that CD-ROM said Leps do. And he's taking...
I was a film student.
Like that CD-ROM said Leps do. And he's taking that shit... he's eating potatoes like that CD-ROM said Leps do, and he's taking that shit to the next level with the potato buffet. Plus,
I'm a whole adult now.
and he's taking that shit to the next level with the potato buffet. Plus, and he's taking that shit to the next level with the potato buffet. Plus, he's speaking in a bad Irish accent. Plus, he's speaking in a bad Irish accent. You got me. That's. Plus, he's speaking in a bad Irish accent. You got me. That sounds just like our Leppy boy. You got me. That sounds just like our Leppy boy. Downstairs, Fazio gives. Downstairs, Fazio gives Loretta the coin and tells her to sell it, not believing that tells her to sell it, not believing that it's magic. Then Mitch shows up, not believing that it's magic. Then Mitch shows up and takes it from her since she lost all that house money to Scott. They somehow wind up talking about Tammy and They somehow wind up talking about Tammy, and Mitch says he wishes he could bang her, so a spell overcomes Tammy, and she immediately runs to Spell overcomes Tammy, and she immediately runs. Spell overcomes Tammy, and she immediately runs.
Why does it always seem that it's daytime in a live stream? Because I finally got my sleep schedule under control, and I'm not doing live streams at like, midnight to 4 in the morning. Now I get to work in the afternoon, which is a lot better for me. Yeah, it's 5 o'clock right now. I think I'll probably work for another hour, maybe an hour and a half. Then I gotta get ready for Survivor night. And then I gotta come back and finish this.
So a spell overcomes Tammy, and she immediately runs to him to talk in a disgusting baby voice. Is that supposed to be? She immediately runs to him to talk in a disgusting baby voice. Is that? Runs to him to talk in a disgusting baby voice. Is that supposed to be sexy? Because I kind of want to drop you off at daycare right now. Is that supposed to be sexy? Because I kind of want to drop you off at daycare right now. Is that supposed to be sexy? Baby voice. Is that supposed to be sexy? Because I kind of want to drop you off at daycare right now. This nasty turn of events. This nasty turn of events proves to Loretta. Nasty turn of events proves to Loretta that the coin fulfills wishes. So while Tammy continues her infantile seduction act, which also.
Oh, I wonder if I can just highlight all, remove attributes. Fuck, I can't remove transitions. Shit. There's something weird about these transitions.
So while Tammy continues her infantile seduction act, which also includes this weird hitting in the face gag for a minute, Loretta sneaks into Mitch. So while Tammy continues her infantile seduction act, which also includes this weird hitting in the face gag for a minute, Loretta sneaks into Mitch's room and steals the gold coin back from him. This breaks his room and steals the gold coin back from him. This breaks the spell on Tammy right in the middle of her strip. This breaks the spell on Tammy. This breaks the spell on Tammy right in the middle of her striptease. In the middle of her striptease. Yeah, that's actually some solid. Yeah, that's right in the middle of her striptease. Yeah, that's actually some solid acting of that situation. She looks appropriate acting of that situation. She looks appropriately horrified.
It was a shame. Dragon Links sing that Boney M.
She looks appropriately horrified. Tammy forcefully runs away from Mitch, getting fired by. Tammy forcefully runs away from Mitch, getting fired by him on her way out. This whole incident made Mitch forget getting fired by him on her way out. This whole incident made Mitch forget about a meeting with Art and Tony, who killed the time.
Yeah, Christopher, I just ordered all the shit for my new backgrounds.
Forget about a meeting with Art and Tony, who killed the time talking about underwear. Mitch probably won't be joining them any. Kill the time talking about underwear. Mitch probably won't be joining them anytime soon, though, because Leprechaun finds his way into his hotel room and turns on some
You got it, Chris. Oops.
finds his way into his hotel room and turns on some way into his hotel room and turns on some personalized porn. You know, we laugh. Turns on some personalized porn. You know, we laugh at this, but there's probably already personalized VR porn out there. Leprechaun movies are forward thinking. Probably already personalized VR porn out there. Leprechaun movies are forward thinking, yeah.
I'm real impressed with everyone who's emailed me stuff for the competition.
VR porn out there. Leprechaun movies are forward thinking, yo. They're so futuristic, they just skip the VR phase and get right into materialized sex type things. The TV
Oh.
right into materialized sex type thing.
Oops.
Right into materialized sex type things.
Oof.
Materialized sex type things. They're so futuristic, they just skip the VR phase and get right into materialized sex type things. Sex type things. Materialized sex type things. Materialized sex type things. The TV right into materialized sex type things. Right into materialized sex type thing. The materialized sex type thing. The TV.
I don't watch anime. I get that question every live stream.
Materialized sex type thing. The TV lady. Right into materialized sex type things. The TV. Right into materialized sex type things. The right into materialized sex type. Right into materialized sex type things. The TV.
Ooh, maybe this.
Right into materialized sex type things. The TV lady is all like sex type things. The TV lady sex type things. The TV lady is all
There we go.
sex type things. The TV lady
Tyler, what are you stuck on?
to get right into materialized sex type things. The TV lady is all like, I know you want what's on my mind. Here I
come, I come.
like, I know you want what's on my mind. Here I come as
Animaniacs? Okay, so Animaniacs, the reference won't be in the lyrics of the Animaniacs theme song. It's more of a thing that is said in the Animaniacs show. I quote the show, and that's why the theme is on there. That's one of the less explicit references. I kind of wish I hadn't included that explicit rule, but yeah. I can't wear green for any of my videos because I go in front of a green screen for the numbers, so I can't get, you know. Oh, hey, Evan. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. What's up, man?
I know you want what's on my mind. Here I come as Lep plays dress up on the Here I come. Here I come as Lep plays dress up on the TV screen as a sleazy TV attorney, a sleazy televangelist, and a sleazy fortune attorney, a sleazy televangelist, a sleazy televangelist, and a sleazy fortune attorney, a sleazy televangelist, and a sleazy fortune teller.
Am I that guy that I'm editing? That's so fun. Like, do I look that different? You know, like...
Sleazy televangelist and a sleazy fortune teller. Huh, remember Miss Cleo? After his potato and a sleazy fortune teller. Huh, remember Miss Cleo? After his remember Miss Cleo? After his potato-thon, Scott runs into after his potato-thon.
If I were an Animaniac, which would I be? What was Dot all about? Because I might be Dot.
After his potato-thon, Scott runs in.
I know I wouldn't be... Which one's the tall one? Because I would be him. I know I wouldn't be... I think Wacko is the short one, right?
After his potato-thon, Scott runs into...
Yakko's like the leader. I'd probably be Yakko.
Huh, remember remember Miss Cleo? After his potato-thon, Scott runs into Tammy, crying from her... After his potato-thon, Scott runs into Tammy, crying from her incident with Mitch, and he swears to be her white knight and avenger, so they head back upstairs. Mitch, and he swears to be her white knight and avenger, so they head back up with Mitch, and he swears to be her white knight and avenger, so they head back upstairs for some confrontation. But they don't got to worry about it. Lep's on the case, because TV lady is now robot. But they don't got to worry about it. Lep's on the case, because TV lady is now robot lady, and despite the persistence of her breasts, now she's looking for a kill type thing. Leprechaun comes out to taunt Mitch as the deconstructed fembot sparks and blows up. In Mitch's lap. Giving us one of the most unique kills you could ask for. Most unique kills you could ask for. I wonder, do androids you could ask for? I wonder, do most unique kills you could ask for? I wonder, do androids dream of electric sheepskin condoms? Mitch is left.
Love that joke.
Dream of electric sheepskin condoms? Mitch is left burnt up on the bed when electric sheepskin condoms? Mitch is left burnt up on the...
I wonder how many Austin Powers references I've done in these videos. A lot.
Dream of electric sheepskin condoms? Mitch is left burnt up on... Mitch is left burnt up on the bed when Scott and Tammy get to him. Leprechaun jumps out. Mitch is left on the bed when Scott and Tammy get to him. Leprechaun jumps out to them.
Why do you want my attention so bad, dude? Just chill out. And also, I don't know, probably change your name. Thanks, Bree.
Leprechaun jumps out to them, and Tammy gives the best reaction to the little shit I've ever heard. It's fucking amazing. Who are you? It's fucking amazing. Who are you? Scott tosses something. It's fucking amazing. Who are you? Scott tosses something at Lep and knocks him down, and they run away. From this mess. Right as Art and Tony show up. Tony tries to recommend a dermatologist to Lep, but the recommendation is met with the end of his cane stabbing out Tony's eye, complete with a
No, Alex, the new Leprechaun movie has nothing like it takes place after the first movie. It ignores the reboot and all the other sequels too. What I think they should do is have just a single line in this new movie coming out where the Leprechaun references that like there are other leprechauns just like him, and then that'll like canonize the theory that each movie has a different leprechaun in it. And then it would make them make a little bit more sense, like with the age difference and with like the space one is never called a leprechaun, but it's like, oh, that leprechaun being would be in the future. So like, yeah, they should just have a single line where he's like, I don't know how he would say it, but just mentions that there are other leprechauns just like him.
His cane stabbing out Tony's eye, complete with a line. About beauty being in the eye of the beholder. Then Lep takes the same cane.
Oh, I love incense so much, man.
I know, it
It smells
smells so good.
so good.
I made myself some of that tea I got, but like I haven't had since college, and I'm like, reminds me of studying.
Completely line about beauty being in the eye of the beholder. Then Lep takes the same cane to Art and beats him down to the floor. Dude, you're a
So much.
beats him down to the floor. Dude, you're a magical fucking leprechaun and you're just beating people with a cane like Charles Sumner. Fucking do something. Charles Sumner.
Hi, Megan Simpson.
People with a cane like Charles Sumner. Fucking do something. Also, this apparently kills these guys since they stop. Moving and we never see them again. According to
The Scream mask I just got on Amazon. It wasn't a big deal. The Jason mask I got from a place called 13X Studios. Very well priced for the quality. I highly recommend them.
Never see them again. According to the common law. Since they stop moving and we never see them again. According to stop moving and we never see them again. According to the common stop moving and we never see them again. According to the common law of slasher films, that means they're dead.
What's my favorite prop? I mean, it's got to be the finger knife gloves. I love that. One of my other favorite backdrops I did was for the mist when I turned it into like a grocery store aisle covered in cobwebs. I really like that. That was cool. Because that was like a complete transformation of it all. That was cool. I don't know. I'd have to go through them. I really liked the Chucky stuff. How I had him slowly. Every single video, he moves a little bit. I think a lot of people didn't notice until he was out of the box. But even between the first two, like in the first one, his face is forward. And in the second one, he's like looking at me. Because like I timed it out. I was like, okay, I got this Chucky for 7 videos. And then I thought of incremental, like 7 incremental things for him to be doing. And then knowing that in the last one, I would have him like every time it came back to me, or every few times it came back to me, have him like climbing down. So that was a lot of fun. And I'm glad that I think people started to notice. I think there was even a comment or two on that second one where I think people were like, hey, he's looking at you. And then the next one, he has a knife, but he's still in the box. And I think there were a few more comments. And then as soon as he was like climbing out of the box, people started to be like, oh shit. So that was fun.
Slasher films, that means they're dead. Lep smells out his shilling while a Bowie dances in the back there. Get it, David. Lep smells films, that means they're dead. Lep smells out his shilling while a Bowie dances in the back there. Get it, David. The shilling stench is coming from Loretta as she wishes to be young and beautiful again. It works for her, but then she fucks up and goes gloating about it to Fazio. When he sees the coin's magic works, he steals it from her and locks her behind in the dressing room.
I just ordered some stuff for a new backdrop, so fuck, I do think I want to. Yeah, I might want to change one of my orders. Hold on. I can't see the chat right now because I'm doing something, but I think I'm going to change an order. Is this the right height that I need? What? Huh. What's this? Sorry, I'm just looking at some shelving. Is that right? That seems wrong. Oh, that makes more sense. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to cancel something I ordered and... Oh man, I'm still not sure about this, but... Sorry, hold on. get that and then cancel this. Wait, yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm back. You know, it's like it's difficult to like make the decision on what I want for this new background, you know, because it's an investment that I want to make sure it's an investment money-wise, and the fact that like it'll be the new backdrop for the kill count, which has kind of become a big deal.
He steals it from her and locks her behind in the dressing room. She tries. Magic works, he steals it from her and locks her behind in the dressing room. She tries to comfort herself with some quality mirror time, but then ugly-ass Leprechaun ruins the view and delivers one of his most infamous... She tries to comfort herself with some quality mirror time, but then ugly-ass Leprechaun ruins the view and delivers one of his most infamous limerick lead-ins to a kill ever. Again, awful fucking... Limerick lead-ins to a kill ever. Again, kill ever. Again, awful fucking rhyme struck. Limerick lead-ins to a kill ever. Again, awful.
I don't know if I'm getting a new backdrop. I ordered a new one of these because these are kind of messed up from the pie. You can kind of see some like messed up spots right there from the pie in my face. So I ordered a new one of these and then a new one as well, and I might try to like switch them back and forth depending on the thing. I don't know, man. It's very difficult to make that decision.
Infamous limerick lead-ins to a kill ever. Again, awful fucking rhyme structure, but he follows through on his promise. He blows her up and but he follows through on his promise. He blows her up and Botoxes her all over the place until she winds up looking like a terrifyingly buxom Howard the Duck. All over the place until she winds up looking like a terrifyingly buxom Howard the Duck. She gets so inflated that she can't even fit through the door. Can't even fit through the door. That she can't even fit through the door. Can't even fit through the doorway, and when she gets so inflated that she can't even fit through the door.
Someone said, is it just me or is it kind of weird to hear him curse? Why? How come some people don't notice that I swear in every single kill count? I don't think there's ever been a kill count that I've not sworn in, right? Because I remember like a few months ago, I started getting comments on videos being like, oh, wow, he swore. Or like, oh, he finally swore in a video. And I'm like, didn't I end Jason Takes Manhattan with just like a dozen F-bombs? I've never tried to not swear because that's just not who I am.
Can't even fit through the doorway, and when Leprechaun pulls...
I don't know, it was weird.
Can't even fit through the doorway. Fit through the doorway, and when Leprechaun... Can't even fit through the doorway, and when Leprechaun pulls out an umbrella, you know what's in store. Yep, Loretta... And when Leprechaun pulls out an umbrella, you know what's in store. Yep, Loretta bursts into pieces. Yep, Loretta bursts into pieces. Yep, Loretta bursts into pieces. A victim of her...
One of Beth's mod is going to do a count thing on a bunch of your words, and I can get her to... Wait, what? Liz, what's going on?
Yep, Loretta bursts into pieces. A victim into pieces.
That sounds like data stuff to me.
Loretta bursts into pieces, a victim of her own vanity and the magical murder abilities of one green little shit. On the run from Lep, Tammy... of one green little shit. On the run from Lep, Tammy sees that Scott is going through... On the run from Lep...
RazorGloves.com is where I got my Freddy glove from, but don't ask me what version I got, because apparently I got a custom version. They really hooked me up there.
On the run from Lep, Tammy sees that Scott is going through some changes. So they head Tammy sees that Scott is going through some changes. Tammy sees that Scott is going through some changes. So they head to the pawn changes. So they head to the pawn changes. So they head to the pawn shop where it changes. So they head to the pawn shop where
Oops.
changes. So they head to the pawn shop where through some changes. So they head to the pawn shop where it all began in order to find some answers. It all began in order to find some answers. The windows.
My favorite song on the playlist is Suburban Life. Fuck yeah, suburban life ain't what it seems. Suburban life, the American dream. Suburban life, all pretty and mean. Suburban life ain't what it seems. Big A, little A, bounce with me. The system's got you, but it won't get me.
Began in order to find some answers. The Windows 93 there is still helpful.
Thanks, Stripey Saturn. Satsuma. Stripey Satsuma 55. Satsuma.
To find some answers. The Windows 93 there is still helpfully playing that LEP CD, and it says that if you destroy the gold, you destroy the LEP. Also, destroy the gold, you destroy the LEP. Also, looks like Scott's repelled.
Changes turn. Turn and face the strange changes.
If you destroy the gold, you destroy the LEP. Also, looks like Scott's gold, you destroy the LEP. Also, looks like Scott's repelled by the medallion, same as the LEP man was. They had. Also, looks like Scott's repelled by the medallion, same as the LEP man was. They head into the basement where not even the screenwriter knows what they're doing. A decent movie? Writer knows what they're doing. A decent movie? Eventually, Scott is drawn to the gold in the safe and uses his newfound LEP powers to open it up. But when Tammy wants to destroy found LEP powers to open it up. But when Tammy wants
Am I going to be streaming tomorrow? I don't think so. Let me check my schedule. Changes turn and face the strange changes. Ooh, look out, you rock and rollers. Changes turn and face the strange changes. Ooh, pretty soon now, gonna get over. Man may change me, but I can't pass time. I said that John may change me. Where's my fucking schedule? There it is. So tomorrow is Thursday. I will not be streaming tomorrow. Nope. Sorry.
LEP powers to open it up. But when Tammy wants to destroy it, Scott says no. But when Tammy wants to destroy it, Scott says no and leaps out. Scott says no and leaps out. Tammy doesn't like that leprechaun roleplay. Says no and leaps out. Tammy doesn't like that leprechaun roleplay shit. And when Tammy doesn't like that leprechaun roleplay shit. And when Lep shows up. Leprechaun roleplay shit. And when Lep shows up, neither does he. Oh yeah, how about 7? And when Lep shows up, neither does he. Oh yeah, how about 7? How about 7? Scott tries to. Oh yeah, how about 7? Scott tries to wish Lep to the bottom of. Oh yeah, how about 7? Scott tries to wish Lep to the bottom of the ocean, but I guess it doesn't work that way. Lep gets mad at him and gives another infamous couplet. He misses.
Changes.
Lep gets mad at him and gives another infamous couplet. He misses the. Lep gets mad at him and gives another infamous couplet. He misses though, and after an all-star pitch from Tammy, they're able to get away from it. Tammy wisely. They're able to get away from it. Tammy wisely grabbing the medallion on her way out. Tammy wisely grabbing the medallion on her way out. Tammy takes Scott to a hospital where the doctors examine him to show us the growth. The doctors examine him to show us hospital where the doctors examine him to show.
Did I say hin?
Doctors examine him where the doctors examine him to show. Doctors hospital where the doctors examine him. Scott to a hospital where the doctors examine him.
Fuck.
Tammy takes Scott to a hospital where the doctors examine him to
Fuck.
to a hospital where the doctors examine hospital where the doctors hospital where the doctors examine him to show us the gross looking skin effects going on down there. Thanks for the continued great effects going on down there. Thanks for the continued great makeup work, Gabe Bartalos. Thanks for the continued great makeup work, Gabe Bartalos. But don't look now. Let's. Thanks for the continued great makeup work, Gabe Bartalos. Don't look now. Let's. Thanks for the continued great makeup work, Gabe Bartalos. But don't look now. Lep's at the hospital too, having snuck in disguised as the doctor. You know what? Having snuck in disguised as the doctor. You know what? Actually, having snuck in disguised as the doctor. You know what? Actually, snuck in disguised as the doctor. You know what? Actually got snuck in disguised as the doctor. You know what? You know what?
In the basement for Drop It Like It's Hot, I say the exact title. I say Drop It Like It's Hot. I think the exact title, the word it might be something else, but I definitely something is dropped hot.
Snuck in disguised as the doctor. You know what? Actually got nothing to say about that. But you know what? Actually got nothing to disguised as the doctor. You know what? Actually got nothing to say about that. But I will commend this sharp social commentary. Actually got nothing to say about that. But I will commend this sharp social commentary. Whew, hurts that it's still relevant 23 years later. Scott's blood.
Oops.
Social commentary. Whew, hurts that it's still relevant 23 years later. Scott's blood is green.
Thanks, Liz.
Still relevant 23 years later. Scott's blood is green. Scott's blood is green. Scott's blood is green. His brain scan is vulgar clovers, and his EKG reading is little leprechaun prints.
Fucking these transitions. Come on.
His little leprechaun prints. Why wasn't the and his EKG reading is little leprechaun prints? Why wasn't the fuck you clovers the third joke in that set? Come on. For whatever. Why wasn't the fuck you clovers the third joke in that set? Come on. For whatever reason. For joke in that set. Come on. For whatever reason.
Yeah, Oliver. That's why I said don't just click out after the numbers. I like had that in mind when I did it. That and another one.
Come on. For whatever reason. The third joke in that set. Come on. For whatever reason, Tammy seeks help. For whatever reason, Tammy seeks help in the morgue only to find the mortician. Tammy seeks help in the morgue only to find the mortician has joined his subjects in death, having been stabbed in the chest with a variety of utensils by that nasty, nasty Leppy boy. By that.
Thanks, Alex.
Variety of
Thanks, Simi6.
Nasty, nasty Leppy boy. Speaking of which, nasty, nasty Leppy boy. Speaking of which, he's nasty, nasty Leppy boy. Speaking of which, he's nasty, nasty Leppy boy. Speaking of which, he shows up and straps Tammy to a gurney. How will Scott rescue?
Where did I get the term final girl? Wado Wado Gaming. That's a term that I think was coined by Carol Clover in yeah, she like came up with it. Yeah. And that was in I feel like it was the early 90s that she wrote that. Late 80s maybe.
I think so, yeah.
I think early 90s, but I actually read that book a few months ago. It's Chainsaws.
Men, Women, and Chainsaws.
Men, Women, and Chainsaws. It's a collection of academic essays about horror films, mostly through the context of like gender roles, feminism, stuff like that. And so that was, I read that a few months ago. I've been collecting academic books on horror movies and reading them. Here, hand me that one. This is the one I'm currently making my way through. It's post 9/11 horror in American cinema. This is written by a college professor. I think this is one of those books where the professor wrote this and then assigned it to his class.
Oh, yeah.
I'm guessing. Because there's like a few typos in it.
There are, I noticed.
Yeah, so it's not like... It could use another editor,
I had
but...
to read it in college, though.
You read this in college?
Yeah.
It's a good...
I read an essay from it.
It's not as dry as the Carol Clover stuff. It doesn't feel as academic. It's a lot easier to read. But yeah, so I've got a bunch of those.
It's crazy how much stuff we think of in horror. Like, yeah, Final Girl and just the idea of those tropes that like we have names for and stuff. They're originally from like academia and
Yeah.
feminist theory, which is crazy.
Yeah, and then they just kind of filter into like the standard nomenclature. That book, the post 9/11 one, is it's very interesting. A lot of interesting things. How torture became more prevalent in horror films because of stuff like Abu Ghraib. Abu Ghraib.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But like between that, Guantanamo, those images were filtering into the American psyche, and we were seeing that kind of thing. So there's a lot more torture stuff in horror movies, both where we are meant to sympathize with the person being tortured, but also sometimes the torturer themselves. A lot of horror movies dealing with the question of like, is torture worth it or ever justified? Since that was like a question that America was grappling with at that time. A lot of stuff about how violence happens randomly to people as opposed to like slashers in the 80s where, you know, the stereotype is you drink, you smoke, you have premarital sex, that gets you killed. So instead of being like morality, I touched upon it a little bit in the intro to the Strangers kill count, but instead of those things getting you killed, you just get killed randomly because that's how terrorists perform. Like they just destroy you randomly. A lot of stuff through screens, since that was when post 9/11 is when we started to see more violence, like homemade terrorist videos filmed with a camcorder. So that stuff started to seep into horror movies. Horror movies are very it's a great lens through which to view the culture of the time.
She shows up and straps Tammy to a gurney. How will Scott rescue the Playboy bunny in distress? Better wake up and use those LEP powers to have a wacky hijinks-filled escape from the greedy doctors and nurses who were going to steal the money they found in his jacket. And so Scott... They found in his jacket. And so Scott is...
Okay. Cool, Liz.
Money they found in his jacket. And so Scott is able to burst in on the leprechaun to save that chick he met a few hours ago that he now loves and wants to marry.
Where'd I get the wine bottle in this? You're talking about this? That's Jameson. That's not wine. Where did I get it? The store? The grocery store?
Hours ago that he now loves and wants to marry. Lep starts an apparently harmless fire around Scott, who... that he now loves and wants to marry. Lep starts an apparently harmless fire around Scott, who tells him... starts an apparently harmless fire around Scott. Fire around Scott, who tells him Fazio has his coin.
Do I legit hate Leprechaun, or do I consider them horrible, enjoyable movies? I think when I began the kill... So I watched all the movies, and then I, started on the kill counts. And I think at that point in time, I legitimately hated them. Spending more time with the movies, as so often happens when I'm making kill counts, I have come to enjoy them as bad movies. They're awful movies. There's a knock at the door, babe. Hey.
What?
Knock at the door.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Just say that you tried to cancel it. Yeah, so now I've come to enjoy some of them as good bad movies. The fourth one is just awful.
Lep starts an apparently harmless fire around Scott, who tells him Lep starts an apparently harmless fire around Scott, who tells him Fazio apparently harmless fire around Scott, who tells him Fazio has his coin. Go fucking bug him about it. Lep who tells him Fazio has his coin. Go fucking bug him about it. Lep has his coin. Go fucking bug him about it. Lep pieces out to go do that in a one.
They're all incredibly sexist, Ash, but the fourth one's probably the most sexist, yes. Kai Prince, thank you. I remember you said last stream that you're going to do podcasts on video. Yes, I am. Will you do them on another channel? No, they'll be on this one. Hopefully people are okay with that. I don't want to annoy anyone with lots of content, but it'll be on off days, you know. Oh, Evan, I think 5 and 6 are two of the best ones. The Two in the Hood movies, they're actually trying to be movies, which is interesting. So yeah, they'll be on this channel. When would they start? I think next week we're going to start them. Evan Edwards, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Harmless fire around Scott, who tells him Fazio has his coin. Go fucking bug him about it. Lep pieces out to go do that in a wonderfully leppy way. Lep pieces out to go do that in a wonderfully leppy way. Fazio, of course, wished on the coin to be the Fazio, of course, wished on the coin to be the greatest magician in the world.
The greatest magician in the world.
Wished on the coin to be the greatest magician in the world. So he's in the middle of a big show at the casino where a pumped up audience.
Yeah, Lep 3 is better than maybe all of the other Leps. I don't know.
Casino where a pumped up audience is watching him premiere his burning beauty trick. Unless anyone thinks his trick. Audience is watching him premiere his burning beauty trick. Unless anyone thinks his tricks are fake. I love it. Too bad he gets Unless anyone thinks his tricks are fake. I love it. Too bad he gets upstaged by Lep coming out. I love it. Too bad he gets I love it. Too bad he gets
Thanks, Tingle for Life.
Unless anyone thinks his tricks are fake. I love it. Too bad he gets upstaged by Lep coming out of a box. The audience coming out of a box. Staged by Lep coming out of a box. The audience goes fucking nuts over Lep showboating, and when Fazio fucking nuts over Lep showboating, and when Fazio refuses to give the leprechaun his coin, Lep shows him what a real coin.
What's not in order cards?
The leprechaun his coin. Lep shows him what a real magician can do. Lep shows him what a real magician can do. Fazio winds up in one of those cut. Lep shows him what a real magician can do. Fazio winds up in one of those cut-in-half boxes, and Lep is planning on going.
What do you mean the
full
movie
Leatherface
numbers?
on it. First,
I haven't seen Halloween Resurrection in a long time, so I don't know what's worse.
planning on going full Leatherface on it. First, he gets the audience to cheer him on, which has got to really suck for Fazio. And then really suck for Fazio. Which has got to really suck for Fazio. And then he just starts that baby up and tears into the box. Cutting Fazio. And then he just starts that baby up and tears into the box. Cutting Fazio and then he just starts that baby up and tears into the box. Cutting Fazio in half as he screams in anguish. Cutting Fazio in half as he screams in anguish. The crowd begins to realize something's wrong around the second giant blood spray, but before anyone can do anything about it, Fazio dies. Before anyone can do anything about it, Fazio dies on. But before anyone can do anything about it, Fazio dies on stage. Lep can't.
Did Premiere just fucking give up again? Jesus. Watch, this is gonna go black in a second. The screen's gonna go black. Yep.
Fazio dies on stage.
Oh, well, yep.
Fazio dies on.
Fuck you, Premiere. Just work. Oh my god. Yeah, Warwick Davis is definitely one of the best parts of the movie, Shrek the Leprechaun. Oh, hey, Bree, when are your finals? I should probably factor that into my scheduling. What is this? Oh, okay. You'll get it in a month, psychopath.
Fazio dies on stage. Lep can't help. Fazio dies on stage. Lep can't help but be a showman to the end. So even though showman to the end. So even though he's lost the crowd, he follows through and shows them all the bifurcated body inside. Great. Shows them all the bifurcated body inside. Great stuff. The audience breaks into a panic right as Scott and Tammy show up and exit the casino quickly in full movie crowd stampede mode. Scott and his full movie crowd stampede mode. Scott and his flamethrower are full movie crowd stampede mode. Scott and his flamethrower are threatening the pot of gold, so Leprechaun tries a Scott and his flamethrower are threatening the pot of gold.
No, in the basement. You're close, but it's not. You're real close, though. You couldn't be closer and still be wrong.
Scott and his flamethrower are threatening the pot of gold, so Leprechaun tries appealing to Scott's inner lep with a Star Wars reference. So Leprechaun tries appealing to Scott's inner lep with a Star Wars reference. Scott inner lep with a Star Wars reference. Scott gets a lep with a Star Wars reference. Scott with a Star Wars reference. Scott gets a real Star Wars reference. Scott gets a real creepy, tempted look on his face while he stares at the gold, but Tammy is able to talk him out of it, and instead, Scott lights.
Thanks, Ben Dizzy 19. See you later.
Instead, Scott lights up. Tammy is able to talk him out of it, and instead, Scott lights up the.
Oh, dude. Chels.
Huh?
I just realized that with the new filming space, the audio will be better too, because the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Tammy is able to talk him out of it, and instead, Scott lights up the pot. To talk him out of it, and instead, Scott lights up the pot with his flamethrower, causing it. Scott lights up the pot with his flamethrower, causing it to. Scott lights up the pot with his flamethrower, causing it to. Oh, just kind of. Scott lights up the pot with his flamethrower, causing it to. Scott lights up the pot with his flamethrower, causing it to. Oh, just kind of disappear. Great. Then the. Oh, just kind of disappear. Great. Then the.
I love it when, like, someone just said, "You're really going long with this stream, dude. This is only 2.5 hours. We've done like what 13 hours of streaming in a day before."
Oh, just kind of disappear. Great. Then the leprechaun bursts into flames and does a fire stunt on wires
No.
Oh. I don't know.
that are painfully visible. Damn. Then the leprechaun bursts into flames and does a fire stunt on wires that are painfully visible. Damn. That are painfully visible. Damn. On wires that are painfully visible. Damn, this movie was cheap. And damn, this movie was cheap. And that lep. Damn, this movie was cheap. And that lep is dead. Damn, this movie was cheap. And that lep is dead. Or at least, and that lep is dead. And that lep is dead, or at least dead enough for me to put on the count. Actually, did you know there's a theory, or at least dead enough for me to put on the count? Actually, did you on the count? Actually, did
Oops.
me to put on the count? Actually, did you know there's a theory that the leprechaun in each movie is an entirely different being? Kind of makes sense with all the inconsistencies. With the gold gone. Kind of makes sense with all the inconsistencies. With the gold gone, Scott is able to. With the gold gone.
Yeah, some of the kill count, some of the kill count episodes have like a ton of song references in that.
With the gold gone, Scott is able to turn.
Thanks, Alex.
Scott is able to turn back into a real. Kind of makes sense with all the inconsistencies. With the gold gone, Scott is able to turn back into a real boy. The movie ends. Into a real boy. The movie ends. Scott is able to turn back into a real boy. The movie ends with
President's Day and Scream 2 have a lot of songs.
Is able to turn back into a real boy. The movie ends with Tammy revealing she. The movie ends with.
Also, the Sunny Family, I think, has a lot too.
Turn back into a real boy. The movie ends with Tammy revealing she held onto a coin. The two of them. Tammy revealing she held onto a coin. The two of them briefly consider whether or not they should use its powers, but they settle on just trying to one-up each other with cringy lines.
Why is it like this?
But they settle on just trying to one-up each other with cringy lines. I'll call that a draw. Since this movie took place in a big city.
Ooh.
I'll call that a draw. Since this movie took place in a big city, does it have a big body count? Let's find out and get to the numbers. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Loretta. I really wanted to give it to I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Loretta. I really wanted to give it to Fazio for how brutal his kill was, or Mitch for how unique his was. Fazio for how brutal his kill was.
Haha, Cameron, nice, dude. I was expecting a joke like that.
For how brutal his kill was, or Mitch for how unique his was. But Loretta's death kind of sums up the tone of this movie all by itself, and has got to be one of Lep's all-time most memorable kills. Dal Machete for lamest kill will definitely be Art, who, real talk, no way, will definitely be Art, who. Dal Machete for lamest kill will definitely be Art, who, real talk, no way actually would have fucked Art, who, real talk, no way, kill will definitely be Art, who, real talk, no.
What is Hacker King's deal? I never will understand the people who have so much time on their hands that they want to keep coming back to a chat that they get kicked out of under different names just to be like, you haven't gotten me yet. Like, dude, go learn a skill.
Real talk, no way actually would have fucking died from that. And that's it. No way actually would have fucking died from that. And that's it. Leprechaun 3.
Hey, no Perez.
And that's it. Leprechaun 3 came out direct to video in 1995. And if it's your favorite of the franchise, you're not alone. Warwick Davis cites it as his too. Next time we're looking at nobody's favorite, Leprechaun 4 in space. But until then, I'm James A. Janice. This has been the Kill Count. Thanks a lot for watching today's Kill Count. I want to thank a couple of patrons like Daniel and Dusty Dormini and Zachary Tello. If you want to join the Patreon family.
All right, let's see. All right. Oh, all right. Let's see. All right. Put that down. Let's see. Move on to the next version of this sequence. All right. All right. Cool. So this is the process where I transfer the movie footage from my scratch track to this. So now I'm done fucking with the audio for the kill count, which is great. Or at least the timing of the audio. It is now picture locked, is what we would say. Well, I guess not 100% picture locked, but like the kills section is now picture locked. So now what I'm going to do is transfer the movie footage over. And this takes about 20 minutes, so let's get started. This might be all I have time to do before I have to start getting ready for Survivor. No, I could probably do a little bit more. So we're going to work here. I don't remember how much I switched the script between the first and second draft. The less I changed it, the easier this process will be, but we'll see.
Leg, an eye patch, a hook. Get money for his undoubtedly fried business venture. He's pawning off a frozen leprechaun, but it sounds like it comes with rules, like a gremlin. Scoop to get.
Okay, so that it looks to me like there's a lot of changes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 is what I gotta do with these. Okay.
Then Lep appears, bites off an ear as per usual, and makes a mildly racist joke about the taste. Oh,
Then apparently it's prime. I'm not gonna include the mildly racist joke. I'll just mention that it happens.
bites off an ear as per usual, and makes a mildly racist joke about the taste. Oh, Lep, you're not meant for this modern world. Then
Time.
I'm a leprechaun.
apparently it's rhyme time. And you fucking pass.
Never heard of Survivor. What? Never heard of Survivor. It's not the first reality show, but it's definitely a seminal reality show. I think the only big ones before it were Road Rules and Real World.
Movies. So Lep takes his gold and runs into the shop
During his next audit.
for whatever reason, not noticing that he's dropped a gold coin on the ground until later when he's doing an AU audit. He puts magic. Also, focus. Driving through
Cool, that mostly lined up. Thanks, Luke Chishida.
to it as long as he doesn't gamble since he's underage. Meanwhile, she's got to get back to Fazio. Wait, what's Fazio? Oh,
Okay, that's a big gap, but okay. Thanks, Liz.
Caroline Williams wasn't still beautiful enough to hump with a chainsaw. If she's good enough for Leatherface, she's good enough for you, Fazio. Tammy, he wants to try that night. Only happy to get creepy with Tammy, though. Focus.
Yeah, Ethan, I've just been editing for like over 15 years. But yeah, definitely my job at Fox taught me a whole bunch more. It was like Drunk Disney taught me a ton about editing. Because of that, I got a job at Fox editing. And at that job, I learned a ton about editing. And then boom, 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 boom.
Because of money, 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 money. I just wanted to do Mr. Krabs again. Looks like or Hitman Tony. These funniest part of the movie. Scott takes both his money and his shit. You may be forgiven for forgetting that this is a Leprechaun movie, but don't you worry, it definitely is.
Leprechaun movie. There's
See, there's See, there's our lap. Wait, same lap? Yeah. Yeah, that's lap. Beating him with that and a baseball bad as he grills him for his goal. Before Goop. Before
We don't need that clip in there at all. That's dumb.
Gupta gives it.
Thanks, Falcon Station. I'm very happy with the podcast.
Enters it to find Gupta dead on the ground. He uses the murder weapon to call the police and try real hard at acting. There's a shilling on the keyboard. Dang.
A shot.
Dang. Scott picks it up and gives the wish thing a shot.
Wait, what's this question going on here? What's Hector Mandrell asking? Just sub to all the mods. Well, Jordan, if you ever decide to make videos, you'll have a little bit of a head start there, thanks to Hector.
He's that guy. Holy shit.
I want to share it with you.
Holy shit, dude. Zip it back up. You just met this chick. See?
God. Oh my God. Are you serious?
See, now that's a realistic reaction.
Are you serious?
Now that's a fun, campy villain. For home here. Even his limerick.
How long does the recording take? Like the filming itself usually takes an hour per episode. An hour if I'm doing an episode by itself. If I film 2 hours at if I film 2 episodes at once, it would probably take like an hour 45. If I film 3 hours, it would probably take like 2.5 hours. Maybe even less. That'd be nice. I feel like if I filmed 3 episodes, I feel like if I filmed 4 episodes, which hasn't happened since like the Scream series, it would only take me 3 hours to do, which is cool. But again, I haven't been able to get that far ahead.
Do a slot machine. I'm sorry. What was that? Oh, that's what I thought you said.
Yeah, that was the live stream. It was Scream and Get Out that I live streamed the filming, and I will never do that again. No, that is not the stage of these videos to live stream, dude.
OJ style burglary. Yeah. But he does grab the coin right as. Man, that's assault. At least he sticks the fancy smoky edge.
I was back at the
Shit. Fuck.
Exit. Well, almost. Launched out a window, but remember, he's pretty much indestructible. Always able to. Said Leps do, and he's taking that shit to the next level with the potato buffet.
But Scott is eating like
Potato buffet. Plus, he's speaking in a bad Irish accent.
Oh, thanks, Assassin #1's channel. Leprechaun 4 is by far the worst. Yeah, I think I'd agree.
supposed to be sexy? Because I kind of want to drop you off at daycare right
Oh, something went weird, cause. Okay.
Take me right here on the floor.
Is that supposed to be sexy? Because I kind of want to drop you off at daycare right now. This nasty turn of events also includes this weird hitting in the face.
Do I like editing or filming more? Editing just because it's easier. Filming, I have to be like on, you know? And as many live stream visitors will tell you, I don't have to be and am not on during editing. I can just chill here.
Richie, I like my lovin' the same way I like my men tough.
Loretta sneaks into Mitch's,
Ugh.
which also includes a weird hitting in the. Continues her infantile seduction.
Oh, wait a minute.
Act, which
Agamemnon. Agamemnon.
middle of her striptease. Yeah.
Agamemnon. 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 It's my favorite play, Agamemnon. Amino acids.
With Art and Tony, who kill the time talking about underwear. Personalized. Potato-thon, Scott runs into Tammy. Bernie, a sleazy televangelist, and a sleazy fortune teller. Ha, remember Miss Cleo? You could ask for. I wonder, do androids dream of electric sheepskin condoms? Mitch is.
How's this working out?
It's fucking amazing.
Who are you?
It's fucking amazing. Who are you? Scott him down, and they run away from this man.
I burned my tongue yesterday. I forget on what, but it hurts. Cause Nathan, I have a system.
Then she fucks up and goes gloating about it to Fozzie as she wishes to be young and beautiful again. It works for her. David, the shilling stench is coming from Loretta as she wishes to be young and It works for her, but then she fucks up and goes gloating about it to Fazio. When he sees the coin's magic works, he's dressing room. She tries to come of his most infamous limerick lead-ins to a kill ever. Again, awful fucking rhyme structure, but he follows through on his of her own vanity and the magical murder abilities of one green little shit. On the
I fluxed Blake 19.
blows her up and both is having some transformational issues.
Who do you want to meet, Lindsay?
He discovers the medallion can ward off
Whoops.
the leprechaun.
Whoa,
Another,
where am I?
even the screenwriter knows what they're doing.
Oh. I haven't ever seen The Town That Dreaded Sundown, but I know it's like I should, because that's like a precursor to the whole genre, kind of.
Neither does he. Oh yeah, how about 7? Scott tries to win. He doesn't like that leprechaun.
Oh, this part of the script must have gotten changed a lot.
Tammy doesn't.
Two leprechauns is one too many.
Oh yeah, how about 7? Scott tries.
Oh man, these Leprechaun movies, I use so many clips during.
Another infamous couplet. He misses.
Am I gonna see Ready Player One? I don't plan to give it my money. Thanks, Jordan. I'm proud of that joke too.
As the doctor. You know what? Actually, got nothing to say about that. But I will commend the sharp social commentary.
I didn't see Dark Tower. I haven't read those books, and I don't want anything to like kind of spoil it.
Health insurance.
Cool. Leprechaun prince. Why wasn't the fuck you?
Thanks, Tad Clifford.
Has his coin. Go fucking bug him about it. Let people.
What, does Ready Player One come out tomorrow? Is that serious? Can bug him about it. Tammy's good.
Is out to go do that in a wonderfully
Here's him off with the medallion, and Leps get.
leppy way. Fazio, of course, wished on the.
Ready Player One, seems to me like it's just pandering to reference culture. I say after I make a giveaway contest based on the references I make to things, but when I use references, I try to turn them into jokes, whereas Ready Player One kind of just seems like it's, hey, you know this, right? It'll be cool. Look, Freddy Krueger's jumping around in the background there. You know Freddy. Isn't that cool? Yeah, I know it's based off a book made in 2011. I haven't read the book. Chelsea has, and I've heard portions of it, and it sounds and seems as though it is the worst written book I've ever witnessed in my life. In fact, I want to read it. I want to read it so I can definitively say if it's the worst book. It seems every passage I read from that book makes me cringe very, very hard. Seems the prose is bad. The perspective is bad. Everything about it seems bad to me. And I don't even like the word cringe. Yeah.
Fake.
Fazio's illusions are very, very real.
Cool, Rainbow Team. Thanks.
Will be a showman to the end. So even though he's lost the crowd, he
Audience, nice.
follows through and shows them all the bifurcated body inside. Great stuff. The face while he stares at the gold, but Tammy is able to talk reference. Scott's in her lap with a Star Wars reference.
I will go see Truth or Dare and give that my money, ironically enough. even though that will probably be garbage. Hey, what up, Spielberg fan? Fuck, I forgot the name that you were. Forgot your actual name, or if you even want me to use it.
It ends with Tammy revealing she held onto a coin. The two of them briefly consider whether or not they should use its powers, but they settle on just trying to one-up each other with cringy lines. Oh. Cringy lines.
I think I have everything I want.
You know something, sweetheart? This could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
I'll call that a draw. Since this movie took place in a...
Boom. Great. That part is done. I guess I'll just fucking start on this next process. So this next one's the last like huge step I gotta take, and that's adjusting all the coverage. And this is what hopefully Bree will be taking over for me as well in the future. Oh yeah, Christian is your Christian name. Christian is your Christian name. Doo-da, doo-da. Oh, yeah.
The movie begins with 2 minutes of pictureless credits. What the fuck, Lep 3? When they can finally... begins with 2 minutes of picture... The movie begins with 2 minutes of... pictureless credits. What the fuck, Lep 3? This credits. What the fuck, Lep 3? Pictureless 2 minutes of pictureless credits. What the fuck, Lep 3? Pictureless credits. What the fuck, Lep 3? Vegas. Ooh, exciting. 3. When they can finally afford to... 3. When they can finally afford to show some... When they finally afford to show some footage.
I would say repurposed is the right word for Broken Arrow.
Las Vegas. Ooh, exciting. What famous location on the strip are we going to here? The pawn place? Oh, okay. What famous location on... What famous location on the strip are... What famous location on the strip are we going to here? The pawn... We going to here? The pawn... Location on the strip are we going to here? The... Here. The pawn place? Okay, is that the one with the roller coaster on the roof? No roller on the roof. The pawn place? The pawn place? Okay, is that the one with the roller coaster on the roof? No. On the roof? No roller coaster, but it does have a computer-savvy owner named Gupta, who's an Indian character played by an Argentina-born actor, if you were wondering. Tonight, it's also got...
Do I like the Evil Dead? Yeah, Evil Dead is cool. Do more videos.
Is that the one with the roller coaster on the roof? No roller coaster, but it does have a computer-savvy... No roller coaster, but it does have a computer-savvy owner named Gupta, who's an Indian character played by an Argentina-born actor, if you were wondering. Tonight, it's also... Who's an Indian character... owner named Gupta, who's an
Good evening, my friend. Welcome.
no roller coaster, but it does have a computer-savvy owner named Gupta. No roller coaster, but it does have a computer-savvy owner named Gupta. Tonight, it's also got an anxious customer. Tonight, it's also got an anxious customer who is all kinds of beat up, man. Tonight, it's also got an anxious customer who is all kinds of beat up, man. What's he got there? A missing leg? And what he got there? A missing leg, and kinds of beat up, man. What's he got there? A missing leg? An eye patch? A hook?
Where's his hook?
This dude needs to open up a seafood. An eye patch? A hook? This dude. A hook? This dude.
Yeah, I think A Quiet Place looks awesome.
Leg, an eye patch, a hook. This dude needs to open up a seafood restaurant chain pronto. To get a hook, this dude needs to open up a seafood restaurant chain pronto. To get money for his undoubtedly fried business venture, he's pawning off a frozen leprechaun. But it sounds like it comes with rules, like a gremlin. To get money for his undoubtedly fried business venture, To get money for his undoubtedly fried business venture, he's pawning off a frozen leprechaun. But it sounds like
Nice.
But it sounds like it comes with rules, like a gremlin. But it sounds like it comes with rules, like a gremlin.
Don't touch the medallion.
Gupta gives him a cool
Medallion.
Gupta gives him a cool $20 for it, making out like a bandit, in my opinion. That sculpture would be. That sculpture. That sculpture. In my opinion. That sculpture.
There we go. Oh, lose yourself. Got you stuck.
Gupta gives him a cool $20 for it, making out like a bandit, in my opinion. That sculpture would be dope to put outside your bathroom with a tray of mints. Gupta's more interested in that medallion. Bathroom with a tray of mints. Gupta's more interested in that.
Maybe this isn't picture locked. Oh, it's because the weird transition thing. What the hell is going on with that?
Your bathroom with a tray of mints. Gupta's more interested in that medallion.
There we go.
So despite this.
Thanks, Bree.
Put outside your bathroom with a tray of mints. Gupta's more interested in that medallion, though. So despite the seaman's warning, he removes it from the
Fuck.
mints.
What should you buy first, Jaws or Hellraiser? They're both classics. I mean, Jaws is definitely the more respected movie and the earlier movie, but I love them both.
Gupta's more bathroom with a tray of mints. Gupta's more interested in that medallion, though. So despite the seaman's warning, he removes it from the lab to examine with a bright science light. Behind him, the statue thaws out into a little shit and disappears, leaving.
Huh. Pizza. Yeah, Christian. They like 3 is more tied to 5. Because at least 5 carries over this medallion thing.
Out into a little shed and disappears, leaving a little shed and disappears. Falls out into a little shed and disappears, leaving.
So here's the thing, for anyone editing, also Bree, because in the future when you're doing this. So watch this.
Out into a little shed and disappears, leaving.
Okay, so it seemed like there was a hard cut. It seemed like the edit was noticeable when I say disappears, right?
Statue thaws out into a little shed and disappears, leaving.
It sounds like it doesn't go together, but your vision and your hearing work together a lot. So the reason it seems like it's such a hard cut is because I switched the video right on that cut. So the switch happens right as that weird audio happens, and you perceive it as like, oh, that's not right. But if I move the audio or the video cut a little bit earlier, and that cut happens underneath consistent video, then you're less likely to notice it. So watch it now.
Thaws out into a little shed and disappears, leaving.
See, now because it's and disappears instead of and disappears, it seems way more normal.
Thaws out into a little shed and disappears, leaving a pot.
So just so you know, anyone interested in editing, if something seems too jarring, try shifting around the video to cover it up.
Disappears, leaving a pot of gold coins. Disappears, leaving a pot of gold coins behind that Goop defines and gives coins behind that Goop defines and gives the Aussie test of authenticity to. Then the Aussie test of authenticity to. Then Lup appears, bites off an ear as authenticity to. Then Lup appears, bites off an ear as per usual, and makes a mildly racist joke about the taste. Oh, Lep. Then Lup appears, bites off an ear as per usual, and makes a mildly racist joke about the taste. Oh, Lep, you're not meant for this modern world. Then apparently it's rhyme time. Then apparently it's rhyme time. Then apparently it's rhyme time.
I'm a leprechaun, me lad, and you're a greedy thief. For trying to steal me gold, I'll be giving you some grief.
And time for a secret.
Actually, I think it's time for me to go because I have to get ready for Survivor, which means I got to shower and eat. So I'm going to get going. Thanks for joining me on this 3-hour, 15-minute live stream. This was a fun one. Got a lot done. Got a lot more to do, but that's okay. We'll get them all done. So thanks, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the good times. And, oh, thanks, Car Binks. I'm glad you love horror movies now. Thank you very much for that. I love hearing it. Okay, everybody. I'll see you next time I stream or next video or whatever. Sorry to anyone who just joined like Ion Web. That sucks. Bye, everybody.